Hello and welcome back to Matt Hayes' Tottenham Blog and today's watch along for Tottenham against Sheffield United. I do apologise for the delay on the live stream. I was held up at work, but we are here and we're not going to waste too much time. We're going to jump straight into the lineup that Spurs have announced for this game. Of course, not announced on Twitter due to the social media blackouts, but here is a graphic that has been made up for it. I'm not sure if it was released by Spurs, but the lineup is as follows. It is Hugo Lloris starting in goal. The back four remains the same from the cup final with Serge Aurier, Toby Alderweireld, Eric Dyer and Sergio Reguilon. The double pivot in midfield today is Højbjerg and Lo Celso, with again Ndombele missing out. Harry Winks drops to the bench. And that front four, one that we haven't seen too much this season, but one that we've definitely wanted to see, it is Dele, Bale, Son and Kane. The bench consists of Joe Hart, Matt Doherty, Davinson Sanchez, Harry Winks, Moussa Sissoko, Tanguy Ndombele, Eric Lamela, Stephen Bergwijn, and Lucas Moura. It's, look, Benyon not holding back any shots with that one, saying awful lineup, Mason out. I think it's a bit too premature to say Mason out. We've got Rins Gamer and Blonde Kiddo saying, come on, you Spurs. Sue Smith tuning in saying, hi Matt, Levy out, Enoch out. Regan saying Tanguy out of favour with new coach, and Ben says, by the way, I'm your biggest fan. Thank you very much for that, Ben. Really do appreciate that. Anthony Gray says Ndombele can replace Celso later in the game and Moura can replace Bale, as both won't last 90 minutes. Give Ali a start, see how it goes. If it turns out no good, can soon get him replaced. 3-0 Spurs. That's a positive prediction there by Anthony. Look, I agree with you. There's a bit of firepower on that bench. Of course, Ndombele able to jump into that attacking lineup. With Bradley Coombs here saying strong attacking lineup. Bradley, I agree with you. It's more progressive than we would have seen under Jose Mourinho in a similar fixture. That is for sure. I'm going to drop the link for channel members into the members-only community feed now. If you do want to jump on the call-in show, we will be joined by David Harris very, very shortly. And we get the Harry Kane hair prediction. We get all the usual stuff back out. About members, if you do want to head over to the members only community feed, that will be there. If you are not yet a member and you do want to call in to have your say in a starting 11 and your prediction for this game, if you hit that join button just below the video, it will you can take a look there. It'll explain how to do it. Starting at just £1.99 per month to become a channel member, get exclusive access to other content and to these call-in shows as well. So we see the kid there saying, is there a link for the members? It is now in the community feed. Wayne Bonner says no Vinicius again. Vinicius not even on the bench for this one. Mason certainly not holding back, but ruffling a few feathers. But I think it may answer a question that we've had: will Vinicius be at the club next season? I'm not quite sure he will be, but he's not in the game for this one. No striker, no recognised striker, I suppose, on the bench, with some players there who can come into those attacking positions if it is needed. Now, I haven't yet seen a Sheffield United lineup because, look, as I said, I'm literally just in the door from work, so I'm going to take a look to see if I can find a Sheffield United lineup. But I would hope, with what we're seeing there from Spurs, that no matter what Sheffield United put out, we will have more than enough to win this game. And look at this, we got Mr. K. Mr. K becomes a new channel member. Thank you so much. Always see you here in the streams, and as you say, finally it's good to see you become a new channel member. Mr. K, head over to that members only community feed, hit that link and come on here for a chat the upcoming game. And look, we're going to have a big chat about this as well. NFN Sneaky says, who do you want to see as next Spurs manager? Whatever members come on, and when David gets here, I'm sure we're going to have a chat about the next man who will be in charge of Spurs as well. But we've got a lineup here for Sheffield United, courtesy of Sheffield United Way, in a graphic they put on Twitter. Of course, good friends of the channel. I'm sure to head over to their channel and subscribe to them if you haven't already for some good Sheffield United content. And this is the lineup that we will be facing. Aaron Ramsdale starts in goal with a back five of Bogle, Baldock, Egan, Basham and Enda Stevens. A midfield trio of Norwood, Fleck and Osborne, and then a front two of Rian Brewster and David McGoldrick. No players there that you'd really look at and expect they'd cause us a problem. Sander Berge, however, is back on the bench after missing the majority of the season. He's joined by Fotheringham, Lundstrom, Mousse, Lowe, Burke, Jagielka, Robinson and Gordon. So some players there that I haven't even heard of on that Sheffield United bench. We'll have to wait and see how that one pans out. But look, like I said, a team there that you definitely expect Spurs to be able to beat and to beat comfortably. But it is Spurs, so you never quite know what's going to happen. But look, we'll get a few comments here. First of all, Bradley Coombs says, how can people slate this lineup? You wanted attacking football, and this lineup screams everything attacking. Noy as well says Ndombele is not good enough. He's not been at his best in the last couple of weeks, that is for sure. But to be dropped for the cup final and then this game as well, I think maybe a bit harsh on him. But look, let's get some channel members on to have their say in this. He's just become a new channel member. We got Mr. K here to have his say. Mr. K, how are you?
Not too bad. I'm feeling very positive about this. I really think that I was saying last night that we're going to smash them 4-1. that's primarily because I think we're always going to smash every team 4-1. But this time it might actually happen.
It might. Today might be your lucky day with that prediction. Are you happy with the lineup that Ryan Mason has gone with?
I honestly, God, look, we all love Delhi. We all do. We all look, regardless of how much we moaned about him like not performing or this or that and the other and some politics or whatever. But at the end of the day, we want to see him play. We want to see him show his stuff. We want to know if the old Delhi's still there. We want to know if he can get to the next level up. You know, some people have written him off. Some people have said he's not loyal enough to the club. Some people say he's itching to get out. Whatever it is, right now, he's got an opportunity to shine. Ryan Mason, good on him, brought him out. A good lineup, except for, I don't know what the situation is with there's someone missing in the midfield, that's for sure, right? But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Delhi's there, and that's the guy I want to see right behind Bale, Son, and Kane. So come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. And that is, it's that front four that we've been, I think at the beginning of the season was one that we really excited to see, but it never really came to fruition with Bale and his lack of form and Delhi being in and out of the team. But it's Bale, Delhi, Son and Kane. Do you think this is a good game for these four to get together against Sheffield United, already relegated, a depleted defence because of injuries? Do you think it could be a fun day for them today?
I think it can be an extremely fun day because let's face it, this is the old Spurs team that we used to love and adore. 100%. The Celso's in there, the new boy, right? Yeah. But apart from that, it's pretty much, and Reguilon. So you got Reguilon, Højbjerg, and the Celso. They're coming into an already established team that used to be under Poch. And Bale, he's still got class. Let's face it, the guy's been itching. He came out after that Southampton game and said, listen, this is what we wanted. We wanted to attack, hinting at the fact that they were being held back. But the point is, this is an attacking lineup, and Sheffield United is going to be a good feel factor, and that's what I think today's lineup is all about: is making the fans feel great, making the team feel great, and everyone should be supporting them right now. Come on, you Spurs, smash them 4-1. Listen, I'll let you go. I've got a few things to do in my kitchen, but I just wanted to quickly come on and say it's fantastic, Matt. Honest to God, the community that we have, the way that everyone's coming out and being online. And there's more and more Spurs channel and content being created all the time. So everyone, smash a like, smash a share, go out there and like and subscribe to this channel and every other Spurs channel that is out there. We're all part of the Spurs family, and the community is just getting bigger and bigger now that we're on YouTube and going everywhere around the world. So yeah, come on, you Spurs. And as Cody Mack said, smash a like, everyone.
Do smash like. Mr. K, thank you so much. Thank you for joining the channel membership. Your support never goes unnoticed. It is massively appreciated. But look, I'll let you go. I'll let you do what you need to do. But thank you so much for calling in. As Cody says, smash a like, everyone. Please do. It really helps us get this stream out to more and more people. And like I said, we'll soon be joined by David Harris, the Irish Hotspur, and we'll be getting many more callers on. And we do have our next channel member ready to come on, Aravind, the analyst. Aravind, how are you getting on?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Yeah. It's I don't know why Ndombele is not playing. I think so because of his recent form before, which has not been good, and dropping him down from the cup finals in this game. I don't get that idea, but okay, fine. We're seeing Dele Alli back. It's five games. The max we can do is just grab all the 15 points if we can, and we see how the table goes. So whether we have a chance for top four, we don't know about that, but at least we need to go with the confidence that we can grab all the 5 games. And I don't know whether Ryan Mason is going to do it, but just need to be positive. It looks like a team which we have seen before. But yeah, if Dele Alli is not going to have a good game today, hopefully he has one. We would love to have Ndombele back from at least from the substitutes point of view.
Yeah, and what you make of Ndombele being excluded 2 games in a row now? Of course, didn't he us getting through to the full-time whistle with an unused sub? What do you think is the reason behind Ndombele's exclusion?
I don't know why is Ryan Mason excluding him so much? Is it because that he feels that because he knows this people more really well because he's played with them, like Kane, Son, Dele Alli, so he trusts them more than Ndombele? I don't get the logic behind it. And to be serious, his substitutes last week was really awful. I wish he doesn't make anything like that in this game where if someone is having a good game, he needs to back him, and we need to win this game. So that's what I need to see. The only thing I just want to see in the last 5 games is we show the intent to score goals from game one. We don't drop off. We don't drop off the intensity, which we've been doing before with Mourinho. And if we continue doing like this, doing in this game, that shouldn't happen. So I wish we continue playing with the intensity where we go score and we just score goals and just kill off this match. It's a Sheffield United team which is low in confidence. It's like in the relegation, so they're just going to go up for it. So just go and just kill off the game, and that's what we need to do. It's against Sheffield United, and to be honest, we have a really good run of games where we can actually win a lot of games, like against Leeds, against this thing. Only Leicester City is going to be a really good challenge, but we have winnable games, and I think so we can grab all the points if we can, and then see how the table goes forward.
Absolutely. I think look, Ryan Mason put it well. He said it's 5 cup finals for the rest of the season, and I'm sure it doesn't mean a cup final where we're not going to score goals like we haven't in our last few, but ones where we go out there knowing we need to win the game no matter what. We need to fight to get those 3 points. And like you said, coming up against a Sheffield United team who are definitely lacking confidence, who have a depleted defence due to injuries and stuff like that. These two, Son and Bale, it's not been the best season for Bale. It's not been the best couple of weeks for Son.
I know it's not been the best couple of games for these three we have not seen what we have been expected, but these 5 games is something which is there. And to be serious, everyone wants that Gareth Bale has not been performed up to the mark. If you compare our other forwards except Son and Kane, he has actually contributed more to the team than Lamela, Bergwijn. So that clearly shows that he's a top quality player. He's given, I think, 11 goal contributions for the game time is given. He's a crucial player. I don't know why managers don't put him in the big occasions, and it's really needed. And you know what he can do if he's on the pitch. Even though we have a bad game, it's just one glimpse of his brilliance, and he can score a goal. So 5 games, everything to grab on. Play with the positivity. I know there's a lot of things going behind in terms of manager search and all that stuff, but we need to get the most as we can, and at least top 4 is going to be a huge hunt, but at least we need to finish 5th or 6th. That's something which we can possibly do, and I really hope so. There's a slight edge of chance for top 4 because Leicester City has a really tough run of games, and I know that there's West Ham and Liverpool above us, but that's the only way we can see, because I don't see Chelsea dropping a lot of points because they've been in a great format, but we can at least clinch for that 5th or 6th spot minimum and go for the game. More than the top 4 and top 6, we just need to go out and play our game for the rest of the games and grab the most points as possible. If we go with that confidence, I think so. Some managers may be may be interested to join to give a hinge. So we need to show something. We just can't go with the low confidence over there. Get the most as we can. I think so. Our players will be really positive and hunger to get the win after last week's loss. So I think so. There's going to be an instant reaction from us. And come on, I hope for a 3-0 or a 4-0 win today.
Is that going to be your prediction? 4-0?
Yeah, 4-0.
Who's on the score sheet?
I think so. Bale and Kane is going to be in the score sheet today.
Well, look, I certainly hope you're right, Aravind. I think it'll be a nice refresher for Spurs fans to see a comprehensive victory like that. But I know the task isn't going to be as easy as it might have been.
Yeah,
well, look, exactly. Thanks so much for calling in. Always appreciate your input on these fan calling shows, and hope to talk to you again soon.
Sure.
See you. I just want to welcome Celery Agent to the stream. Another channel member. Thank you so much for tuning in. Noy says Son should take the ball in more than before since his contract became an issue. He's lost his form, and I think purple patches has always been a problem for Son, that he'll have a fantastic purple patch and then he'll kind of fade away for a bit, but by the law of averages kind of seems like he's had a bit of a better season than some people might suggest. But no denying the quality he does have as a player. He's absolutely incredible and a huge asset to the side. Dara's going for a 5-0 win for Spurs. Sue says, well, it's an attacking lineup which we've been asking for. However, just curious as to know why no Tanguy. I'm surprised really that it's 2 games in a row now. We're not seeing Tanguy and Dembele, because I think in the cup final to some extent, you know, you can kind of you can understand what he was going for with playing Harry Winks a little bit deeper. Now, I don't agree with it, and I think it's the reason that we lost, but you can kind of understand why he went for a bit of a change in the midfield. However, now 2 games in a row, you'd have to imagine it is more than than just a change of tactic, because Ndombele has been one of our better players this season. Yes, he's another player who is subject to a downturn in form every now and then, but especially in that cup final, so press resistant. So he's probably the perfect player to have in our midfield against Manchester City. And now this game today, he scored in the reverse fixture against Sheffield United. I'm quite surprised he isn't in here. Martin in here chanting about Chelsea players. Martin, you'll be quickly banned if that continues, but thanks for tuning in. Arthur says, why is Roden not playing? I personally think Mason is just going for more experience in there, because Joe Roden, we know he's not the most experienced player, hasn't a lot of game time this season. That team so consistently. I think he is just going for a bit of experience in there. But Arthur, good to see you tuning in. The link is in the members only community feed, Arthur. If you do want to call on for a chat, it's been so long since we've spoken, so please do call in if you can. Celery Agent says, good to see you, mate. Good to see you in here as well. Mr. K says 4-1. Let's put them to the sword. And look, that's what we need. We need an attacking, free-flowing, energetic performance tonight. The mood in the Spurs fan base is so low. It's low in the general English footballing fan base as well. So we need a proper attacking performance today. And this man, Dele Alli, getting back in the squad. I'm not sure if there's a photo of him back at the stadium today, because we all saw that haircut during the week. But I'm excited to see him back in the starting 11. And I said this around towards the end of January, start of February, when we finally realised that Dele was going to be at the club for the rest of the season, that, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say Dele deserves to get in the team or Dele is the man that we need, because I don't think he is. But we need to try something new. We need to change things up a bit. And I'm glad to see Dele get a chance in there. As I said, with that front four of Dele, Son, Bale and Kane, it's so exciting to see. And I'm really looking forward to any game against a team who we should be scoring 3 or 4 against regardless of our lineup. I think it will be exciting to see that lineup against them. Look, let's get on another channel member. We've got Fen here waiting in the background. Fen, how are you today?
Yeah, not too bad, Matt. Is my connection all right? Because it's been a bit tricky lately.
It is absolutely perfect. I can hear you fine. Okay? You're not lagging or anything. Yep, all good. First of all, what do you make of that lineup?
I think it's a statement. Personally, I think starting Ali is very much the biggest statement in there. But also trusting Lo Celso is quite a big thing in my opinion. And obviously Ali, I think he's put him in there because of the haircut. He had to. With the new haircut, he's got to show what he's got to do. And I hope that new haircut gives him some luck, and hopefully he can bag a couple today. But it's quite an interesting lineup, and I think the back four is very much deserved from the cup final. I'll be honest. I think Dyer and Alderweireld deserve quite a lot of credit from that game, and obviously Lo Celso, he's been a bit off since his injury, in my opinion. But hopefully he can come in and make an impact. And the front four is the dream front four really for any Spurs fan. So I'm hoping they can be firing at all cylinders today.
It is, like you say, it's the dream front four. I'm actually getting really, really excited just looking at that lineup. I'm hoping we can, like I said, play that energetic, free-flowing football. But the exclusion of Ndombele again is, I think, a huge talking point. We've Noy here saying we tried to play attacking football and Ndombele just holds the ball too much. Do you think Ndombele's exclusion is warranted, or do you think we need to ask questions of Mason?
I actually agree with that. I agree that he holds onto the ball for too long, but I think in this formation, I think he struggles for the role in the side, because if he's playing in the position where Ali is, he's got to be good at distributing the ball and getting the ball out wide. And I don't think that's really his strong foot, the passing range. Personally, I think he's better when he gets the ball at his feet and start dribbling with the ball. And we can't have that in a centre mid, because if you had that as a centre midfielder, then it doesn't work, because Højbjerg has to sit so deep. We end up playing a back five. And that's not how we want to play. We want to play this attacking football. So is the drop warranted? I don't think it's warranted. I think we need to see him in the next game, personally. I think he needs an inclusion in the next couple of games. So then we can actually give a point to back up, kind of thing, like why he's excluded from the lineup. Maybe there's something going on behind the scenes or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, it's an odd one, really. Yeah,
and I think, look, it's never good when, like, with player power taking over and players kind of trying to be bigger than the managers. But you're looking at Ndombele, a player who had such a fantastic future ahead of him and was doing really well at Lyon. Then to come into Spurs for a manager like Mauricio Pochettino, who we all felt was building this huge thing at Spurs and we could become one of the European superpowers. And he goes and he's replaced by Jose Mourinho, one of the most successful managers of all time. And now we have Ryan Mason. And no disrespect to Mason, I mean, I'm sure he is to some extent good enough for the job. But for the players, I do think it will be a bit of a setback and a bit of a kind of mental blow for them to be playing for a manager like Ryan Mason, given what they have had in the past and what they thought they would have. But look, like I said, player power is never something that should take over. Talk about Sheffield United then. Is there any player in there that you're worried about?
There's a couple of players that I'm worried about, but like I think they're relegated. Let's just be honest, they're relegated. They deserve to be relegated, and I think we're going to get a couple of goals today, and I'm excited for it. But at the same time, you never know with this Spurs team. You never know what's going to happen. So there are a couple of players in there, and I think we've been linked with a couple of players, especially is it Sanderberg in their midfield?
Yeah,
he's a decent player from what I've heard. But I mean, he's part of a relegation side. You've got players in there. Aaron Ramsdale comes in for 25 million from Bournemouth, I think it was, and that just shows they're not a very good team. They're buying players from relegated clubs, which they had to do, but spending 25 million on one's a bit dodgy. But that's besides the point. Yeah, I think they're gonna give us a good game. But I'm excited for that front four really to put a couple past Aaron Ramsdale.
Yeah, I'll certainly enjoy that one. Before we do your score prediction, Fen, quickly, I want to hear your thoughts on the managerial situation at Spurs. You know, you're on the video the other day. You're saying you wouldn't mind seeing Scott Parker at Spurs, but who do you think we're going to end up with?
I think Scott Parker is the realistic option, personally, and I think Nagelsmann's obviously off the radar. Ten Hag is off the radar. Potters is another one, but I think that's looking a bit too low. But if we're talking the difference between Scott Parker and Ryan, there's not a lot of difference there really, apart from the fact that Scott Parker's got a decent CV. That's about all he's got. He's got experience at the club, which is really what we need, because we need a manager to come in and back these players. We've had managers where they just don't back the players enough. We always talk about we're backing the manager, we're backing Levy. We don't back Levy anymore. The manager situation it's something that we need to sort out immediately, but it's not going to get sorted out till the end of the season. So I think for me, if we're looking realistically, it's between Scott Parker and Graham Potter. I don't want Graham Potter. I don't want Graham Potter. So yeah, I do think Scott Parker is the option, but I think that's pretty low. I think that's not really the manager that we're looking for, and that's the state of Spurs at the minute. But I think if we do hang on to someone like with players like Ken and Son, then that's definitely going to bring managers to the club. And I think Mauricio Sarri is another one, but I don't want him in either. As managers, the style doesn't fit the club, and that's what we have to think about, because Levy brought in a manager who he's been admiring for years, but he doesn't come and work at Spurs. So what was the point of scouting him for how many years? So
I don't know. It's just so confusing, the entire situation with the players, the managers, everything. But I feel like you hit the nail on the head there. You know, the managers that are the best option of the bunch that are there are ones that we don't really want. And there doesn't seem to be. Look, in one case, it is a kind of criticism of the caliber of manager that is out there, but it's also really damning towards the level of manager that we can actually attract at the club. And I think it is going to be a fairly painful announcement when it does come, because I can't see us being overly happy with who it is. But look, Fen, before we let you go, what is your score prediction for this one today?
My score prediction is 3-1 Spurs. I think it's going to be similar to last time. We control the ball, we play nice football, and that's what we need from today. We need to show to the Premier League and show and just show what we can do. Show against that it's not Spursy. We're not Spursy. We need to go out here and beat 20th in the table, and do it convincingly as well. And with that front four, I think we can do it. So yeah, I'm going for 3-1.
Who's on the score sheet?
You know what? I'm going to go for 2 for Kane and 1 for Son, but I'm going to go for 2 Dele Alli assists. So I'm hoping he can have a decent game today. But he's obviously not been in the contention really for starting, and this is one of his first starts this season really. So it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, well, look, I hope you're right. I'd certainly love to see that game develop. Look, Fen, thank you so much for calling in. Always really enjoy your input. Absolute pleasure, and I'm sure we'll be talking again soon.
Will do. Cheers, Matty.
See you, Fen. Lads, everyone, make sure to get your score predictions in the live chat. We'll go through them very shortly. Do smash the like as well. Let's see if we can get to 50 likes before the end of the next channel member. And I can assure you, you're going to enjoy the next call, because we've got Arthur Everett coming on. Arthur, how are you today?
I'm fine. Are you, Matt?
I'm all good. I'm good. I'm excited for a game for a change. It feels weird because I haven't been excited all weekend. But when that team news comes out, it's tough not to get excited. But what do you make of that, Arthur? The front four, we have Dele, Bale, Son, and Kane all starting.
Well, before we start on to that, let's say that there's no excuse today for Spurs not to win. All the players that Dan tools for Jose and what he stood for and what the club stands for, that should all go out the window now because Jose's not there. They've got someone new. So all this, I'm not playing, goes out the window. They should play now for the club. Show us what they can do, not what has been going on, but what they can do. That's the main thing. And I was listening to that Sheffield United fan, what you had on your show the other day. Yeah. And he done a very, very good insight on today's opponents. That most of them had been injured, and they're scraping the barrel with their players what are playing today. So there's no excuse. There is absolutely no excuse whatsoever for not a Spurs win today.
I couldn't agree more. It's look, as Alejandro here says, Arthur does not miss. He speaks straight facts. Everybody agree with you there, Arthur. It's about putting that fight in for the badge. And look, we need to beat Sheffield United, whether we're playing the best or the worst. We're better than them, and we should be getting the points. But we just want to see a bit of fight for that badge because it's been quite a while since we've seen that. And look, the players that are in there, I'm not sure it's the most passionate group of players, but with Dele Alli back in there, Gareth Bale, Son, and Kane, are you excited by that front four?
Oh yeah, who wouldn't be? But will they turn up? That's the most important thing. Is turning up and playing for our club. Show us what they can do for our club because they haven't been showing us what they can do for ages. And I want them to start showing what they can do. That's what I want. So there's no excuse today. There is literally no excuse today why we cannot win. 3-0 at least. That's the minimum I expect today.
Absolutely. Playing a team that's already relegated. We're the mighty Tottenham Hotspur. We haven't shown it for so long, but we need to become that team again, and we need to bring back the glory days. We're a long way away from it, but we need to start with a win today. Like you said, Arthur, passion, fight, and getting some goals on the score sheet. Is 3-0 your prediction for this one?
Yeah, I'll say 3-0. Could be more, but minimum I want today is 3-0.
And who do you see getting on the score sheet?
Kane and Son.
Kane and Son, I love it. Let's hope they're back in form and they're back fighting. We get that 3 points. But Arthur, look, as always, massively enjoy your call-ins. Always good to see you on here. We hope we'll be talking again soon.
Yeah, hopefully, Matt. Yeah, I haven't talked on your show for a while, so yes, I will. And I like to say, hopefully, my channel will be out next week. Yeah, sometime next week.
Absolutely love that. I'll be the first subscriber to your channel, Arthur. I can absolutely assure you with that. And I'm sure there'll be plenty of people in this live chat as well that will be subscribing to that channel. I look forward to your first video, Arthur.
All right. Thank you very much, Matt. I know it's only a short one, but it's been lovely to talk to you. And good night, everybody. Keep safe, everybody. And good night. Good night, Matt. Keep safe.
Night, Arthur. Talk to you soon. Thanks again. Always an absolute pleasure having Arthur on. Really, really is brilliant. We've two members right now. First, we're going to get on Cenk, and then we bring on the Yid Kid after that. But look, first of all, Cenk, how are you getting on today? Mate? All good. Tell me, what's your feelings of that lineup? It's looking good, isn't it?
I mean, I expected the back four to stay from the cup final. Midfield, I'm a little bit surprised at the midfield. I didn't expect Dele to go in there, But that front three and that front four really with Dele in the number 10 role, Lo Celso a little bit deeper. Got to get some goals today, mate. I mean, I don't know about you and the feeling in the chat, but I've never felt so disinterested with Spurs and the game. I'm just not up for it. It's just it's like we're not dragging ourselves to watch it, but it's like, yeah, okay, whatever sort of thing. But I just want to see goals. I want to see good football. I want to see some smiles. The mood's been so bad recently. On social media and whatnot. So I just want to see some good football at the end of the day.
That's it. That's all we can ask for. And look, first of all, I'll say, yeah, mate, Singh, first time on your channel, brother. Great stuff. Thank you very much for that. Do make sure to subscribe if you are new here. But yeah, look, good football is all we want at this stage. You know, trophies are gone. Champions League is gone. It's just about ending the season in, I wouldn't say in style or anything like that, but the way we know Spurs can, and being able to sit down and enjoy a game. And I do agree with you, like up until about 20 minutes ago, I wasn't getting pumped for this game, but I just haven't done a watch along for so long. I think I'm starting to get excited by it now, but
Yeah.
it just seems like we're going through the formalities. There's no, you don't wake up on a Sunday looking forward to your game at 7:15. It's, we're playing again today. And that's what we do need to change. But what would you be hoping to see from this, aside from the good football? Like, do you want to see a bit of fight, a bit of passion? Do you want to see a score 8? What's the main thing you'd be looking for from the side for this game?
I mean, we've wanted to see that passion, that drive for months, and we haven't had a reaction from these players. And I think we've seen the reality over the pandemic, I reckon, actually. Since, we started well after Project Restart, and then it hasn't really kicked on from there. We thought that the new season was going to start well, but we've not seen a consistent run, a consistent fight from this team. You've got the last 5 games here. Top 4 is still mathematically possible. Yes, we've not been playing great, but at the end of the day, it is possible. And if these players really have that drive and they really want to play for Tottenham Hotspur, those last 5 games, we should be winning all of them. We should be absolutely ruthless. But Matt, I don't know if that's a big ask. I don't know if we've been saying this all season, but it's the truth. We've got to go out there and we've got to show us. They've got to show us that they're fighting for the badge and they really do care about the future of this club, because I haven't seen it for a long time.
Yeah, and look, it's such a far cry from where we were 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. The fact we're saying it could be a big ask for them to actually go out and play with a bit of passion is absolutely, it's crazy. And I never thought we'd be in this situation, especially with where Poch had brought us. But if you're looking at that starting 11, how many players are in there that you genuinely think deserve their place in the Spurs squad next season?
You've asked me a tough question there, haven't you? Do you know what? I tweeted out, I think it was 2019 time, and I said 20% of this squad should be staying at Spurs. The rest need to go. And that's 20%. And I still stick with that. It's a very small bunch. And that's actually really worrying, because this is football. You're not going to get rid of 15, 20 players in a window, are you? This is a case of maybe a rebuild over 3-4 seasons, whatever you want to call it. So it's going to be tough. But out of that team, I think Son, Kane, Højbjerg, Reguilon.
You said more than I would have, to be honest. Yeah, it's so difficult, isn't it?
It is. It really is. Lloris is coming to the end of his Spurs time. Yeah, he's fantastic. Yeah, he had a good game against City, etc. But himself, his personal situation, he wants to maybe move on. Aurier, again, Toby, similar situation to Hugo. Dyer, no. Reguilon, he's okay. He's got potential as a player there. Højbjerg, good. The less I speak on Lo Celso, the better. Same with Dele. And Bale is one that I don't see us getting on a permanent because of the wages. I don't see him taking a pay cut either. So I don't know, mate. It's been really tough. But we just got to hope that we can somehow get back on track a little bit, and hopefully it starts with 3 points today and a good victory.
Exactly. I mean, it really is one game at a time stage of the season, and it's probably the worst way to be and the worst way to look at the worst outlook to have. We're becoming that team, that Arsenal that I've been slagging for so long. It's almost what we are. But look, the biggest situation, the biggest problem right now is a managerial one. Who do we get in? Who are we even interested in? How do you see this whole thing playing out?
Oh, it's going to be a tough one, isn't it? And you think Daniel Levy sacks Jose Mourinho, you think he's got someone lined up. Total opposite. We're now scrapping for managers. It changes every day, changes every week. Martinez, Ten Hag, no. Nagelsmann, no. Rangnick, I don't know. Potter, Parker, I don't know who he's going to go for. Southgate. I mean, it's all over the place. But there's a few managers I've got in mind. I don't think Spurs will go for them. I like the look of Ruben Amorim, who's at Sporting. I like Porto's manager as well, Comin Siao or something like that. I think that's how you pronounce it. But there's a few names in there that I'd like to see, but I don't think he'll go for him. And the thing is, with the Bundesliga manager as well, I'd like to see Adi Hutter of Frankfurt, but he's going Gladbach. They've got a little transfer manager thing going on there. So it's going to be tough. And I'll say it now, the managerial appointment, Jose Mourinho's successor, if you'd like to say, is make or break for this football club. And we've got to get it spot on, because if we don't, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. I'll just leave it as that. That's kind terms.
I think the next question will be, do you have trust in the board to do that? But I think every Spurs fan will be in a similar position right now. And
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, the board do not have any plan in mind. Inadequate planning, inadequate idea, no football sense. We know this. I mean, I think you've spoke about this on your channel plenty of time. The viewers have probably heard it 100 times over, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
We've got to hope that Daniel Levy sometimes pulls something out of the bag like he did with Pochettino when we maybe play decent stuff again and become a little bit of a better team. But it's a massive ask.
It really is. And look, I've no faith whatsoever in Daniel Levy or that board. If they can't even bring in a competent centre half, I don't think they'll have much luck getting a manager in. But look, that's a much longer discussion for another day, Jake. But before we do let you go, can we get your score prediction for this one?
Score prediction with Spurs. It doesn't ever go well, does it?
Never.
Yeah, I can never predict Spurs, but I'll go for a 4-1 Spurs. 4-1 Spurs. Fingers crossed.
Trying to give us a goal scorer as well?
I'll give you a goal scorer. I'll give a Kane brace. Dele will get in the score sheet and a Bale goal as well.
Bale, I'll tell you something. I'd absolutely love to see that happen. But look, Cenk, thank you so much for calling in. Always a pleasure having a chat with you, and I hope we speak again soon.
See you later, mate. Bye.
Talk to you. Bye. We've got Darkson G here coming in with the 10,000 South Korean won super chat. Says, Matt, the game starts at 3:15 a.m. in Korea, so I hope we win today. Hopefully we can get top four. If Leicester drops points against Newcastle, third place will be open as long as we don't drop points. Well, look, I wish I shared your optimism as well. I don't think it'll be possible, but obviously I wouldn't be too against that happening. But Derek, thank you so much for that super chat. Really, really do appreciate that. Anyone else, if you do want to make sure your comments are read out, your questions are answered, do make sure to hit that dollar sign beside the chat button to get your super chats in. It's an incredible way to support the channel, and it guarantees that we'll be discussing your point as well. But look, before we do get into the comments a bit more, let's bring on another channel member. We've got the Yid Kid with your first call into the show. How are you getting on?
Hi, how are you keeping?
All good, all good. Are you excited by that lineup?
Excited? No, not at all. Especially since Bale and Joe Rodon are not even in the. Joe Rodon's not even in the team sheet, and Bele's not in the team. It has to be a relationship problem.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that's the reason? Do you think it has any footballing things, or do you think Mason and Dembele just don't get on?
No, I don't think it's Mason and Bele not getting along. It's just because Mason wants to play his best mates. It's just he was in the boy club when he was a young player. He was mates with Harry Winks. He was mates with all these players, and now he wants to play them and starting them all the time for Tottenham, even if they play horrible.
Yeah, I think he may prove that with starting Harry Winks in the cup final. But who would you have included in this team? What changes would you make to that lineup if you had your way?
Well, look, I know Ben Davies is injured, but if he wasn't, I would definitely stay him because Sergio Reguilon had a horrible final. I would put Tanganga over Sergio Aurier, and I would definitely include Joe Rodon over Eric Dyer, even though he had a good Carabao Cup final. But Eric Dyer, at the end of the day, there's a possibility that he can make a mistake at any moment, even if he's in good form. And then and in the middle, Højbjerg and Ndombele. And instead of Dele Alli, Lucas Moura, because that number 10 role, you need to have energy to be playing. You need to be tracking back. And Lucas Moura, that's exactly why he fits that position perfectly. Dele Alli does not fit that position.
Yeah, I think Lucas, I thought had made that number 10 role his own, but I don't know if Ryan Mason has a kind of different viewpoint to that. But with Bale, Son and Kane all starting together, does that excite you at least a bit of opportunity to see those three players playing together for what could be the last time?
Yeah, Gareth Bale, he doesn't play with much energy for Tottenham anymore. It's like it's all gone away. He wants to get out of the field and play golf again. But Son still plays with energy. I know he in tears after the League Cup, but usually Heung-min Son and Harry Kane are very ambitious. It's always good to see them start. Obviously, there was no doubt that Harry Kane was going to start, especially after starting for the Carabao Cup final after doubt that is his injury. But it gives me excitement, but at the end of the day, they should be starting, and the rest of the team should have changed.
Yeah. Look, I agree with you to some extent for sure. It's good to see these three starting, but I think we know we're not getting the best Bale, we're not getting the best Ali, and depending on Kane's fitness, we might not even get the best Harry Kane. But I suppose we'll have to wait and see. I think even if they're not at their best, playing against a team like Sheffield United, would you be confident that we can get the job done?
Yeah, we could definitely get the job done, but at the end of the day, getting the job done at the end of the season is not enough because we've we've thrown away everything. We really have, and it really disappoints me. We could get a win today, and we'll get off and be like, "Yay, Ryan Mason, fantastic." Then he starts Harry Winks again, and we're gonna all forget about this. But we have to be seeing changes in this team. We weren't successful in the Carabao Cup final, and that's against Manchester City. We did end up playing back against Manchester City is understandable. If we start playing back against Sheffield United, the team that just got relegated, it just won't make any sense.
Yeah, I think playing against Sheffield United, any sort of a defensive performance, I think would be a bit of an issue. Look, before we get your score prediction, I want to get your thoughts very quickly on the managerial situation at Spurs. Who do you think we'll end up appointing at the end of the season?
Who I want to get in and who I think will get in is a different problem. Daniel Levy's always going to go for the cheaper option. Mm-hmm. Probably even going to stay with Ryan Mason. Who I want to get in, there's a few options. Obviously, Scott Parker is one of them. We've run out of options, really. When we sacked Mauricio Pochettino, we had Jose Mourinho on the line. But now we've sacked Jose Mourinho. We have nobody. But we had Nagelsmann, he left. We had Ten Hag, he signed a new contract with Ajax. I think it's either going to be Southgate or Scott Parker.
Well, I think that's a fairly damning indictment of where Spurs may end up. I don't think there'll be too many fans happy with that one. But look, before we let you go, do you want to give us a score prediction for this one and who you think is going to end up on the score sheet?
I think it's going to be 2-1. I think for for Sheffield United, I think McGoldrick is going to score, and then for us, I think it's going to be a brace by Harry Kane.
Look, I'd absolutely love that. Any prediction that's talk about Spurs getting 3 points, I think is enough for me today. But look, 10 minutes out from kickoff, I'm sure the positivity is among some Spurs fans. But I want to thank you very much for calling in and for your support on the channel, for becoming a member and all that. Really do appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you on the next watch along.
All right, have a good day.
You too. Talk to you soon. Really enjoyed all those member calls there. Absolutely fantastic shouts and input from every single one of them. Like I said, anyone, we are going to close the members call and show now. But if you do want to become a channel member and get access to these call and shows over the remainder of the season, do make sure to hit that join button down below, and everything will be explained for you down there. Make sure to subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already, because we're doing these watch alongs. We're going to be getting into them a lot more next season, starting some new features on the channel as well. We got the Tottenham Fan Voice podcast. I'm giving daily updates on the Tottenham managerial situation as well, of course, excluding today because we've much more important things to focus on. And look, you get some incredible content with some incredible people. In our Transfer Talk series, of course, we'll be back over the summer. Your unrivaled coverage of Tottenham's transfer activity on YouTube. So do make sure to subscribe for that as well. And if you can hit a like on the stream while you're here, really helps us push the stream out to more and more people. See if we can hit 100 likes before kickoff. We're currently on 89. We got another super chat here from Dark Sung Ji. Thank you so much. Again, another 10,000 South Korean won. You are an absolute hero, and it is greatly appreciated. Says our max points is 68. So as long as Chelsea lose to Man City and Arsenal and draw against Leicester, they will be on 62 points. If we win our next 4 games, we'll be at 65 points. If West Ham draw, we get top 4. Look, I'm liking the positivity coming in here. I'm liking the different scenarios that we can end up with. Our max point 68. I'm not sure we're going to win all 5 games. On paper, they're probably 5 fixtures that we should win, maybe with the exception of the Leicester game last day of the season. But look, for me, the top 4 boat has sailed. I think we'll be doing very, very well to get anywhere near there. Currently 8 points behind it. Of course, a win today will put that to 5. But I'm admiring your positivity, and I hope to God you're right. I really do hope we end up in that top 4. But at the moment, I just I personally can't see it happening. Sue says it's a wonder Lucas hasn't put in a transfer request. I think he's been treated appallingly. And look, I agree. Look, we had the conversation there about him. We had thought making that number 10 role his own, but of course being dropped again today for Dele Alli. But look, a bit of change isn't a bad thing in this team with the way the performances have been. Mr. K says 68 points ain't bad for the season we've had. And you know what, you're spot on with that one. I think with the feeling among the fan base, the negativity, everything going wrong for us this season, I think 68 points would be a fairly impressive return. Ronan says, is Marcelo with you in the watch along today? Marcelo won't be on. He is he's working today, unfortunately, but David Harris will be joining us any second now. You'll have your favorite Irish Spurs duo watching this game from first minute to last. Chris says Lucas gives everything on the pitch, and he absolutely does. He's one of those few players in this team that you can't say gives everything for this team. But look, he's missing out today. I'm sure he'll have a point to prove, and he'll have that bit between his teeth when he does get back on the team. Daniela says, I don't think you're beating Leeds away. Look, Leeds, on any given day are a tough side, or can be a tough side to play against. But I think they're fairly inconsistent. We saw that with their performance against Brighton yesterday. Probably their worst performance of the season. Depending on what leads show up, it could be an easy 3-4-0 win like we had earlier in the season, or they could beat us 3 or 4-0. But I think with the way they're going at the moment and what we have to fight for, I'd be hopeful, I suppose, that we can be the better team on that day. Christopher says, to be fair, Mason said Lucas had a small injury this week. I didn't know that. So if Lucas is injured, I'm sure that is a very, very reasonable reason for him to be excluded from this one. Skippy, good to see you tuning in, Skippy. Always nice to see you in the live chat. Says, excuse my ignorance, but if Man United win the Europa League, would 5th place open up for a Champions League spot? Good luck for tonight. No, it wouldn't. It would just be United going straight into the Champions League. That wouldn't have any effect on the domestic positionings of teams who can get in there. I think I'm not quite sure the criteria that needs to be met for 5th place to open up for Champions League, but it's very, very rare. I think it would have to include a team qualifying in the top 4 to be ruled out for financial fair play reasons or whatever. But yeah, look, Skippy, like I said, good to see you tuning in here. Chris says, I can't see us winning all our games. And look, I can't see us winning all 5. I think each game individually is a very winnable game, but stringing together that form, especially with Ryan Mason in charge, I think it would be very, very optimistic to say we will win all those 5. But like I said, individually they're winnable games, but all 5 together it's a bit of a stretch. Ronan coming in here with a controversial question, says, between you and David, who is the number 1 Irish Spurs fan? We both have very different answers for that one. I'm not going to sit here and say he's a bigger Spurs fan than me, because I know in my heart that I am. But look, he'll be in here very shortly, and we'll ask him that same question. I think we'll be getting a very different answer. But look, we're 5 minutes out from kickoff in this one. Everyone, do make sure to get your predictions in the live chat. Let us know how you're feeling. Who do you think will get in the score sheet? Who do you think the key players will be in this one? And I'll run through as many of those as I possibly can. I haven't given one yet, but if I had to give a prediction for this one, I'll go for 3-0 to Spurs. It's not going to be the best performance ever. It's not going to be free-flowing, energetic. I think it would be better than what we're seeing in recent weeks, but I'm going to go for a 3-0 win for Spurs. And look, while we got the question up, we might as well ask David and see if his opinion is the same. But David, who is the number 1 Irish Spurs fan? Remember, you're on my channel.
Look, I was the self-proclaimed number 1. But look, I think we share it, don't we, Matt? I think we share it. We're both as passionate as each other. Ireland's biggest YouTuber out of the Spurs fan base is definitely you. I'll give you that. That, my man.
For now.
But look, are you confident about today? What do you make of the team selection? Dele Marley starting. What do you make of Dele Marley, lad? I'd say you're
happy. I'm happy to see him in there, and I think I need to send Darius a message after what he was saying about Dele Alli last night. But look, it's not the best 11. I think missing Ndombele again, I'm a bit concerned about. I'm not too sure why that's happening, and I think questions do need to be asked about why he's not in the team. Suggesting here that perhaps it's a relationship issue between him and Mason and all that. But look, it's a team that should be good enough to beat Sheffield United. It really should. What's your opinions on that lineup?
Look, I'm shocked that there's no Ndombele, to be honest with you. I thought I was screaming out for him. So I'm very surprised about that. No Joe Roden, not even on the bench. Surprised about that. But then again, the back four, apart from Aurier, and the mistake he made, did have a decent game, I thought. So I think the biggest call, no, Lucas. I wonder have he had a row with Mason being taken off in the final, being our best player in the final.
Yeah, I look, it's definitely possible. I think Lo Celso may be in a similar boat, and he's back in the team today. But I think there's a lot of uncertainty around that decision that was made in the cup final. I just want to say, David, that link that I've sent you the link there for the game. But yeah, there was a lot of questionable stuff happening in that final, and look, it's so hard to judge because it's a new manager. We know he's not going to be there for too long, so it's not like he has relationships to maintain that. He needs to just make the decisions that he thinks is the best for the team at any given moment. But I don't know.
One thing I will say, sorry, Matty, is that the whole thing about, the rumours coming out about Daniel Levy telling, asking Mourinho to give Winks more game time and give Dele Alli more game time and stuff like that. I do believe that's true now, because we've seen a cup final and we're still in a European run here. And for me, Levy's, this has come from Levy. Make no mistakes about this. Dele Alli playing today, Winks playing in the cup final. It's come from Levy. Make no mistakes about this. And he gambled the cup final, right? And he's gambling this game to put Harry Winks in the shot window and Dele Alli in the shot window. That's insane. That's madness. And I do believe that he was putting pressure on Mourinho now to give these guys times, even though Mourinho's like, look, how many games do we have to give them for them to do nothing? You know?
Yeah, I really do agree with that. And I didn't think we'd ever be at the stage where you could so blatantly see that Daniel Levy or the board, whoever it is the one making these decisions on the pitch. It's a big problem. And if he's willing to throw away the slim chance that we have to get into that top four in order to maybe make an extra couple of million on Dele Alli or Harry Winks, I'd be deeply concerned about that.
Final. Imagine gambling a cup final to give Winks a run out, right? And it's no coincidence that it was City. City were the ones linked with him in the summer. Oh, let's play him against City, see if we can get City to buy him, right? And he, in a way, he cost us cup final because he done nothing. He was completely anonymous. It was like playing with 10 men. So I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just a shambles. Every day it's getting worse and worse. I just want to roll out of the bed and start seeing progression, start seeing it getting better every day. But every time I roll out of bed, Matty, it's just getting worse. It's 7:15 on a Sunday, and we can still blame. Things are still being shoved in our face from Levy. It's madness.
Yeah, that's the worst thing. I'll talk about that again in a second. We've got a super chat here from Dark G, third of the day, another 10,000 South Korean won. You are an absolute legend. I really mean that. Says Leicester next game is Newcastle, Man U, Chelsea, and us. So if Leicester do draw or lose to Newcastle, the pressure is on them. Hey Dave, I'm sorry I couldn't watch your shows live recently. I woke up late. Are you upset with Dark G?
Oh, no, Dark G, don't worry about that, my man. Look, you know what I mean? If you're ever up, I always go at 9:30 in the evening every day of the week. If you're ever up, you know, tune in. If you're not, don't worry about it, man. Everyone has lives, everyone has jobs to be doing and everything else. I fully understand that. No need for the apology, my man. No worries at all. But keep getting your super chats in and supporting Matt Hayes, guys, everybody, because I'm not going to lie, it's great to have Matt back in the hot seat to hear today. It really is. I haven't been able to see much because obviously I was doing my own show. But, you know, you've held it together on your own as well by the looks of it, which is a very, very, very hard thing to do. You know, and if you want Matt here all the time, super chats is the way to go. You know, help Matt be able to basically resist the call of work to be here. Make it more worthwhile for him to be here than in work. Smash a like on the streams. Smash a subscribe on the channel. You know, people that can't do the super chats, we're not stupid. We know with the world we live in that there's people that can't do it, but you can do the basics, which is like, subscribe, and share the stream out to people.
Absolutely, 100% spot on, David. Really appreciate that. Look, another one of Jackson G's points. Leicester's next game is Newcastle, United, Chelsea, and Spurs. We probably, between us, Chelsea, and Leicester, I think we have the easiest running. Like we don't have particularly easy fixtures, but look, a couple of points dropped there for Leicester, and like Jackson G says, the pressure really is on them. And then with us facing them last day of the season, I think it will be interesting the way that plays out. But look, the game has kicked off here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Spurs kicking from right to left, and 2 throw-ins within the first 17 seconds of the game. Is that a sign of what we're in for the next 90 minutes?
Yeah, it probably is. Look, I'll be worried about. I'll be lying if I said I wasn't worried about a cup hangover here. To be honest with you, you know. But at the end of the day, these guys need to wake up. They need to realise they're the only ones that have us in this position. They can put all the blame on Mourinho and Levy and that all they want. These guys are the ones out on the pitch. Where's your personal pride? You know what I mean? Where's them dreams that you dreamed of as a kid to play at the biggest clubs, to play against the biggest teams in Europe? So grab your cojones, come out here today and get the win. Let's win the next 5 games. Look, even if we don't get top 4 and we've made a good stab at and we've gone and won the next 5 games, look, what more can you do? They've tried. But if you know, look, if I just see this more and more and more, these players are just going to really get on my wick, and I'm not going to be nice to most of them anymore, to be honest with you. Half of them are escaping criticism from me by now. Yeah, well, look, what David's talking about there is a good ball into Gareth Bale and a terrible first touch from him. Give him possession straight back to Sheffield United, but Reguilon with the high press has won it back here for Spurs. Son into the box, Kane. Oh, how did he not score?
How was he not? What a delicious ball that is from Heung-min Son, lifting it into the back post. Kane beaten, well, it appeared beaten the offside trap. Volley 5 yards out, and he's hit it straight at Ramsdale. But the flag has gone up anyway. But a bit of attacking intent there from Spurs, pressing high, winning the ball back, and then Son really looking to cut Sheffield United open with that pass. And look, in hindsight, that's a VAR decision that could go either way. But poor finish from Kane, hitting that straight at Ramsdale. But it's a bit of intent, David.
Yeah, it's good intent, to be fair. Look, Ramsdale is shit. We should put 3 or 4 by him today, let's be honest. Harry Kane's hair is looking good, and so is Son's, actually. Looks like Sonny's had a bit of a trim. So I expect 2 good performances from them guys today. The Harry Kane hair prediction, I'm going to go with 2 goals for Harry Kane today. 2 goals. I'm thinking a goal and assist, but I'm going to go brave. I'm going to go 2 goals and maybe a goal and assist from Sonny as well. So anyone that wants to be the sponsor of the Harry Kane hair prediction, all you have to do is get your first super chat in and say Harry Kane hair prediction.
Okay, it's live. Whoever does want to sponsor it, get that super chat in. The first one. Okay, there'll be more than one sponsor. Anyone who wants to sponsor it, put in that super chat. Martin says, if I pack Son or Kane, Matt, I'll sponsor the Kane hair prediction. But look, I hope you pack both of them, Martin. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, look,
the space we're getting out wide already is unbelievable.
It is, and it's not really something you'd expect against a team like Sheffield United with the wide men that they have. But we're moving the ball around crisply. Look, do you think even though Ryan Mason is playing players that perhaps we wouldn't want to see on the pitch, do you think having him in the dugout is a benefit because he is at the end of the day a fan and could maybe get a bit more out of these players than the likes of Jose?
Do you know what my problem with having Ryan Mason is right? Okay, yeah, he's one of our own, but we sold him because he wasn't good enough. You know what I mean? Yeah. So in that aspect, like, look, with Ryan Mason, if we get top 4, I do firmly believe he's going to be given this job. I really do. And is he the man long term? No way is he the man long term. The right man to the end of the season, I probably would have given it to Ledley King, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion. I would have given it to Ledley. With Ledley, he absolutely loves this club. And I don't think he'd take half of these fair shit. With Ryan Mason, I do think he'd probably be a bit soft.
Yeah, I agree with you, I suppose. One tester here says Matt has a Beatles haircut. Matt doesn't have a haircut. Barbers have been closed since before Christmas in Ireland, and this is a mixture of like 5 months without a haircut and my dad trying to cut it. And David, just because his cousin knows how to cut hair, he's able to actually have a proper haircut. But this will be sorted. Barbers are open in 8 days' time, and this will be sorted out straight away. Don't you worry. But Dele Alli
do you know what? We're not allowing you to shave your hair, lad. Until we win a trophy, you're not allowed to cut your hair.
Well, I guess I'll never be cutting my hair again.
If someone puts in £100 super chat, right? You're not allowed to cut your hair until we win a trophy.
If someone puts in a €100, £100, $100 super chat, I will not cut my hair until Spurs win a trophy. I'm putting that out there right now. £100, €100, or $100, and I will not cut my hair until Spurs win a trophy.
I
already regret saying that. But look, anything for the pocket. Oh God, I feel like Daniel Levy. Yeah, this is the Barber's fault. Flamethrower, we're in the 5th minute now. I'll actually get a game clock up and share it with you for a couple of seconds. You can, anyone, if you do want to sync your stream, with Spurs in possession the whole way through this game so far. Dele Alli kind of getting on my nerves. He's gotten in the way of Gareth Bale a few times. Saw some comments saying he thinks he's Ruud Gullit. Oh, Regular nearly getting in there. Oh. Uncertainty there at the back for Sheffield United, as I think it was Gareth Bale dinked the ball over the top, and Sergio Reguilon making a run in from, or was it Lo Celso with a very good ball? And is that Baldock and Ramsdale getting in each other's way? Ooh, that could have been something, but Sheffield United just about get away with it. I'm sure they will continue to do.
Well, I want a big game from Reguilon today, to be honest with you, man. I think he owes us a big game today. But he's starting off well. He's getting up. He's flying down the wings. He's getting into the box. So just defensively, I want to see an improvement defensively from the guy today as well. Oh my God, who is that? Moon Boots. Yep, Moon Boots. Well done, Moon Boots. And he's just lucky that McGoldrick can't kick a fucking football.
Oh, yeah,
that bronze brick.
And we know all about that, don't we? Terrible ball from Dyer behind Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. And McGoldrick picks up the ball just inside the Spurs half and drives forward before eventually scuffing a shot wide from the edge of the box. But God, Dyer gets the ball once and he makes a mistake.
Matt, it's as soon as you give Dyer a bit of praise, it's the same with Harry Winks. As soon as you give him a bit of praise, yeah, he probably does deserve to start today. And he goes and does that. You know what I mean? It's so annoying.
Yeah.
Like, he makes me fall for it every time. I'm just about to drop the Moon Boots, give him a chance. But no, Concrete Boots and Moon Boots comes all out again. I'm sick of him now. He has to go on. Oh, so annoying, this guy. As soon as you praise him, he just does that.
Yeah, well, I think we need to quickly learn to stop that Dele Alli haircut. I hate it. I hate it. So it's almost enough to sell him. And I know I'm one to talk. He must be like thinking he's Rude Hullet. Wayne Bonner says, "Is it just me or does Ali look a bit like Snoop Dogg?" He just doesn't look like a competent footballer. I'll be honest with that haircut.
No.
Mr. K says, "Damn, I'm on 4 minutes." Look, if you want to pause this stream and try sync it up that way, I suppose it could be something. But I says, well, might as well just listen to you guys and watch my stream with the footy. Look, it'll probably be less painful. I'll say that with the way Stu Smith says moon boot strikes again. Free kick here for Sheffield United, but oh my God, it's so hard to properly get invested in these games. Like, if we score, we score. It's like it's almost like if we do well, you can't get happy about it, but if we do poorly, you get really angry about it. There's no winning because it's just.
No, look, if we win, I'm going to be delighted. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be delighted because there's so much negativity, right? Just seeing my team win, I'll be delighted. It'll make me happy for a day until I wake up in the morning and see something else in Sky Sports News. But make me happy this evening, and that's all that matters. You know, when we lose, I get so angry and so down about it. I can't sleep, you know. So I definitely don't want us to lose. I just win me the next 5 games and see what happens. If we can salvage the season with a top 4 or, you know, getting one of them Europa League spots, I'll take it at this point because it's just been a shit season. So I take it at this point.
Yeah, I suppose anything to up the positivity. Look, we've got a new channel member here, Ashley Chanel. Ashley, thank you so much for hitting that members button. It is honestly hugely appreciated. Everybody who does do that. That's 2 new members in one stream. I think we're having a great day. But Ashley, look, for the next watch along, that members link will be out there if you want to call in. We'll be delighted to have you on. I don't know if I'll be here, but I'm sure one of David or Marcelo will be. So it'll be fantastic to have you call in for that. Anyone else, if you do want to join that membership, hit that join button down below and everything will be explained for you there, starting at just £1.99 per month. A very good way to support the channel. And another way to support the channel, get those super chats in. We'll be guaranteed to read your comments. We'll discuss it. We'll answer your question, whatever it is. And again, another good way to support the channel and make sure I'm here full time sooner rather than later. But Ashley saying I'm back. Thank you so much for that, Ashley. It is massively appreciated. Sue says, I just feel completely flat, guys. Only here for the banter, to be honest. Sick to freaking death this season. I'm probably in the same boat. To be honest. Like, let's take a break here because Harry Kane popping forward. It's good defending, to be fair. But like, if I wasn't on the watch along, I'd be watching the game, but I'd be sitting there with the game on in the background. I'd be on my phone or something because it's hard to get invested in these games now, isn't it?
Look, speak for yourself, lad. I'm always invested. Look, you know, even a pre-season game, Matty, I'm pumped. I'm sitting there an hour beforehand. Can't wait for the Spurs tunes on. That's just the fan I am. I love when Tottenham play. But look, I get it. There is a lot of people. They're not really interested in these last 5 games. There's bigger things to be worried about Enoch, manager, this, that, and the other. The season's been shit. Probably don't have faith that we are going to get much out of these last 5 games. They might just go through the motions. I fully understand it, but me, Matty, I can't. Even pre-season, man, I'm sitting there pumped up. I'm ridiculous. I am ridiculous. I know.
You'll be up at 3:15 in the morning for an International Champions Cup game in Florida or something.
I do, lad. I do.
I'll be honest. I watch them as well. I don't get excited about it. I don't celebrate a goal, but I imagine you'd have the chance on YouTube and stuff going when the goal goes in.
I'd be ringing the old lad at 4 o'clock in the morning. Get in. He's like, I'm asleep. What are you doing? I'm like, well, yeah, look, you shouldn't be asleep. You're a Spurs fan, you know.
Spurs are playing. You have to wake up. Ashley here says, Matt David, what do you think about Dyche for us? He has proved himself at Burnley, hasn't he? Ashley, I'd rather not have a manager than have Sean Dyche, to be honest. He plays. Look, the football he plays works for Burnley, but I wouldn't want to see it at Spurs. He's just about keeping him up this year. He's doing a great job there, but at this level, I don't think he'd be a good option. What do you think, David?
Look, the Ginger Homer Simpson, to be honest with you, Matty, it's one of them. Could he do more with better players? You know, he has to be given that chance. But should we be gambling on him and giving them that chance? Hell no, we're Tottenham Hotspur. We shouldn't be.
Exactly. I think we need to... Look, I don't know what our level is right now, but I know it's not as low as Sean Dyche. It's not as low as Graham Potter. It's not as low as Scott Parker. I really think...
You, Matty, this next management appointment, do you think it's more or less about at the level we're at now, or do you think it's about being... getting a manager to be to the level where we want to be, where we should be?
I don't know. I really don't know, and that's the most worrying part. You know,
yeah,
look, if I don't know, that's fine, but Enoch don't know. Levy doesn't know. I don't think anybody knows what Tottenham Hotspur is now, what Tottenham Hotspur means.
We wouldn't be having Nathan in the dugout, would we?
Yeah, that's true. Look, chance here for Bale. Good run, but he fires it over the bar. The Icky says...
there.
3 points, come on. The UK said, what's wrong with games in Florida? There's nothing wrong with games in Florida. I'm just saying, in terms of like the time zone for Spurs getting up and watching a game like that. That's all I meant by that. Joe Grimes says pre-season Lamella is world class, and he is. But imagine if he carried that through to an actual game that actually matters.
Will Stewart doesn't watch pre-season.
Will's all about the Premier League. And look, he's probably right too.
No, it's because Lamella's class pre-season. Will Stewart turns it off.
And a shout out to Will as well. But I was running late for this. He was willing to jump on and start the stream for me. So massive shout out to Will. Everyone head over and subscribe to Will Stewart THFC Rants. A very good channel, one that I absolutely guarantee you need to go and check out. Especially those if you're not in the UK. If you're in different time zones, Will takes up those hours that the rest of us can't really do. Tommy G says, "What's the logo on our kit?" It is a one day only sponsor. It's I forget what it is, but it's some charitable fund the team is supporting today. Just for today, I think we're back to AIA.
Called #InAccount and do a one-day sponsor. That'd be a good idea. A one-day sponsor, InAccount in front of the jersey. If you make get in contact with Brian Daigle about that, that's a great idea.
Here's Dele Alli maybe getting him behind, but it's a poor touch. I think if we offer Daniel Levy,
off the brush of his hair, look, how can he even head with a ball with that? That's ridiculous.
He looks like a map, doesn't he?
I don't understand it. Like I don't know. Look, I guess if it makes him feel happy, makes him feel like a different person, all well and good for him. But I don't think he was expecting it to look that ridiculous. Surely not, lad. But anyway, each to their own. Each to their own.
Exactly. I hope he knows how bad it looked. I hope like he went into it and he realized it was bad, but realized he had to steer into the skid. You know, he couldn't do it and then get rid of it straight away because he'd be admitting defeat. But I hope he knows how bad it is. Look, if he gets on the score sheet, he'll be happy.
Just looking at him like, do you not see the picture of Joe Hart just looking at him like, what the fuck?
Oh god, that's because Joe thinking he'd probably take a sponsorship with Head and Shoulders.
Yeah. He's like, you've more hair than I do for the Head and Shoulders. What you doing, Daddy?
Ooh, a clash there between Reguilon and Bogle. They're both down there. Reguilon looking a bit winded.
You're not coming to that like snap. Your man Bogle got the ball first. Reguilon ran into him. But on Dele Alli's selection today, Matty, I was thinking that maybe he was selected. So we know what Harry Kane, he gets the ball, he drops deep, he creates things, right? But when he's dropping deep and he's on the ball and we have Reguilon in that overlap, we've no one to put the ball into the box to. Do you think maybe, and Dele's best performances, it was running in behind, running off Harry Kane.
Absolutely.
And getting in the box. Do you think maybe that's in view of when Kane does drop deep, that Ali will be a target man in the box for us or someone that we can look to?
I mean, I'd hope so, because I can't think of much reason behind it, but you know, Dele needs to be getting in those positions. He made a good run there a second ago, but couldn't even control the pass. I don't think he's done enough to warrant being that man. I'd argue Vinicius has done more to maybe
season,
being that shout of this season, without to be in with a shout of being that man up there with Harry Kane. But look, he's in the shop window. I mean, I don't know if he'll even have the motivation to play, because I'd imagine. I think no matter what goes on in the last 5 games of the season, he'll be off to PSG in the summer. But I don't think he offers anything to us at the moment. And look, again, I love him.
I think it's just a shot window call then.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Look, I love him, and I wish it was a lot better than this. And I'm not going to. I'll criticize him on a football level because he deserves it. But aside from that, I really do love the man, and I wish it worked out better for him at Spurs. But
yeah, no, we all love
I think his time is up.
It's just like on a football thing. I just think, as Spurs, like the reason why we've ended up with this squad is because we don't kick up enough of a fuss about players that aren't good enough, like bigger teams do. You know? Yeah,
I'd assume so. And look, it's not just the players we don't kick enough of a fuss up about. It's the board as well. I saw new chance here. Aurier wins it back here. Son has a goal from distance. Oh, it's a good save by Ramsdale. Getting a strong hand out there, diving down to his right hand side. But I saw a picture a while ago. I think it was Tottenham Hotspur Funnies shared it on Twitter, looking at the protest at United today and the protest at Spurs last Wednesday. It was absolutely pathetic, honestly.
Just on United's protests, I'll be interested to hear your thoughts, Matty, and then I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a theory I have on it after, but I'd be interested to hear your thoughts first.
I think being as disruptive as possible in a peaceful manner is the way to go about this. When those fans were on the pitch, when they were getting the game, I was absolutely all for it. I don't know if some people saw the pictures of the steward there who ended up getting severely injured. He had like stitches and blood down his eye and cheek. That is when this becomes absolutely ridiculous. But getting on that pitch, being as disruptive as you possibly can towards that board, is exactly what we need. And I think it's the only way we can have a chance of forcing some change. But look, with every protest, you're going to have that idiot. You're going to have that handful of idiots who do take it too far and kind of ruin it for everybody. But I think we need to disrupt the boards. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I actually have a theory. So, right, Matty, we've been up and around the Tottenham Stadium, right? You know how secure it is, yeah?
Yeah.
No way in. No way in. There's one gate open to even get near the stadium, yeah?
Yeah.
No way in. Now, what? So not once today did they get into the ground, but twice. I'm convinced that the owners left a gate or two open somewhere, hoping that the fans would would go in and rip the stadium up and show the fans protesting and everything else in a bad light. And that's my theory on it, because I know how secure them stadiums are, especially on match day.
That's a good shout, to be honest. Because I'll be honest, my first thought was, how did they even get anywhere near the ground? I still want to say, first of all, Kane with a good chance there, cutting in on his left foot, a poor finish in the end, cleared off the line. And Dan Davenport, becoming channel member here. Dan, thank you so much. You're an absolute hero. That's 3 members in one day. We're having a very, very good day.
Killing it, man. Killing it.
Dan, thank you so much for the support. Massively appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see you on the fan calling show next time round. Martin here says United fans got in through a disabled doorway. Look, whatever way they did get in, it's still... I don't understand how they did. I know maybe the stadium was a bit more open on match day, but yeah, I think questions do have to be asked, to be honest. And look, the fact that there was thousands of people there protesting peacefully, but all we're seeing is the ones, ripping seats out of the stadium or causing trouble. I think that was always going to happen, but look, I don't know. It's just so hard. You don't know what to believe or who to believe with anything these days. It really is. It's a concern.
Look, Matty, I'm just going from my experience. I know match day, especially match day, but even not match day, them stadiums are secure. There's no way in. No way in, no exit, no entrance you can get in. And all of a sudden today, not once, but twice they arrive in. I definitely looked. These owners, right, of these clubs, we have to remember how smart these guys actually are, right? So we think we come up with something. These guys, the reason why they're so rich and they have all the money is because they can think 3-4 steps ahead of anybody else. And I'm convinced there was a gate or two left open, unsecure. In you go, and then all you see all over Sky Sports News is this is the fan base we're dealing with, ripping up seats, this, that, and the other. That's not a protest, this, that, and the other. And I'm convinced that's what's happened today. But we'll wait and see.
Wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't surprise me. Son has just limped off here with an injury. I think he got caught in the ankle as he was playing that ball through for the last opportunity. At the moment, he's looking like he will continue, but Lucas and Bergwijn are warming up as a precautionary measure. Dan here says, "Hi guys, do you know if Max Allegri? Oh, chance for Son. Oh, I couldn't control it.
Oh.
We're getting so close. That final touch is missing.
Yeah, it's coming. The goal's coming.
Yeah,
I have an interesting stat, but sorry, go on.
Yeah, Dan saying, do you think Max Allegri is on the list to be Spurs manager? I personally don't think he is, and I wouldn't want him to be either, because the way I'm looking at it is there's a reason he's been out of management for 2-3 years and no one has picked him up. I think I'd be a bit concerned if he was the manager we did go for. But what's your stat, David?
Yeah, so with today's game, I do think in the first half it's going to be a bit cagey and yeah, big up Marcelo. You know exactly, man. Even Marcelo knows. Big up Marcelo. Shame you can't join us today. But even if you do have 5-10 minutes, do pop in. I'd love to see your big smile, man. You make me happy. But Matty, yeah. So with today's game, I do believe in the second half we're going to pull away, because Sheffield United concede most of their goals in the second half. They've conceded 32 in the second half, more than any Premier League team. So I do believe, look, we will get a couple of chances. Might go in 1-0 at half-time. But the second half, I predict is where we're going to win this game and pull away.
Look, fingers crossed. I mean, we were a first-half team for so long, but I think to some extent we've become a second-half team under the Mason tenure, which I know has only been 2 games. But I don't care what half we score in. I don't care what minute we score in. I don't care how many we score, as long as we win the game. That's really all I want now. Ashley here saying, why is Ndombele not playing in Mason's teams? Why do you think that is, David?
Look, me personally, is he fit enough? I don't think so. But Will Stewart made an interesting point yesterday, and it was that, so if you're Ndombele, okay, your manager's only 3, 4, or 5 years older than you. He's taking you off for Harry Winks. Right? And you know you're 10 times the player than Harry Winks is. Right? You're going to come off. You're going to be pissed off. Then you don't play the cup final. Now, if I was Ndombele, I would be kicking an absolute fuss. No, stop speaking. Let's bring in the man himself.
Marcelo, how are you?
I'm doing good. I want to watch the game, but I had to pick up some food. I had to do some stuff today. Sorry that I couldn't host today, Matty.
No worries at all.
That's a fresh haircut.
Thank you. Got the
I'm
beard
the
as
only
well.
one here without it.
Yeah, it's fresh, man. You're making Matty jealous.
You are. I won't lie. I won't lie.
I might be able to pop on second half though. Lads.
Do.
Yeah,
You know,
I'd
you're
be
always welcome.
delighted, lad. I'd love to sit here with you for 45 minutes this week. I know you've been a busy man, but I'd love it for 45 minutes, man.
Yeah. But how have we been, boys? Have we been good in the first half? From what you're saying, we're creating some chances, but no end product.
That's pretty much it. We're doing well.
Yeah.
We're pressing high up the pitch. We're maintaining possession well, but that final pass just seems to be off at the moment. We'll have to. I'm sure the goal will come eventually for Spurs.
Yeah, typical Spurs, making it difficult for ourselves. Nothing new.
Oh, exactly.
What's new, lad? What's new?
There's nothing new. Who's
Typical Tottenham.
Deli, God.
Marcelo,
Deli's not covering himself in glory.
what do you make on the protest today by United?
David, I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with you. And I think now a lot of these Sky sports pundits and, all these NBC pundits, listen, they're all cowards. They're all there for the money. And now they're turning the narrative where the protests are bad, the people are bad. As soon as they got their Premier League team back, right? All these protests, which really, let's be honest here, was pretty much the same thing. They were outside, they were pretty loud, there were some cases where, you heard there was some, violence, a lot of tension. You knew this was building up, and I'm sorry, and you're just going to disagree with me on this, Matty, but our voices haven't been heard for 20 years, man. And this is what happens when you don't hear voices for 20 years. I said the same thing about, the protests that occurred here in the United States. This wasn't something that just built up in one day. This has been something that's been building up for a lot of years. And now these pundits, because they got their Premier League teams back, they got everything back that they wanted, they got the money back, now they're going to turn the narrative. They're going to turn the narrative that the protesters are bad, that everybody should go back to their team. Like, you see NBC's like, everybody, just go back, support your team, do this. And a week ago, Gary Neville was talking about how every fan should be looking out for blood, that this was an attack on football. This is a war against football. And then now it's like, we're disgusting. It's all about money. These pundits are such cowards. I honestly cannot stand Sky Sports. I can't stand any of these guys. They are not out there for the fans. Will Stewart is right. He was right about that, fellas. These pundits do not care about the fans or anything when the Super League happened. Honestly, if they were part of the Super League, right? If the Premier League, Sky Sports, all these guys were part of the Super League, they would have been the Super League's #1 fans. They would have been. So,
do you know what I think football fans worldwide should do? Is football fans, like, okay, the protest can happen in England, great. Right? Just because we're not in England doesn't mean we can't protest. How many Premier League fans live in Ireland? How many Premier League fans live in the USA? Why don't all these fans come together and stage a massive protest in these countries? Because that's where they want to bring this football. Like that, like, you know what I mean? Why don't every fans in every country, the amount of Premier League fans, all teams come together and just go march on a Capitol building or something and let them know it's not good enough and start getting the heads of state and all start putting pressure on these guys and saying, no, it's not happening. You can't do this. Look at the uprising of the people.
Yeah, I think being united is the only way we'll get through this. But Reguilon here with chance cuts inside. Harry Kane edged the box, and that's the worst shot I've ever seen from Harry Kane.
No.
There could have been 3 goals on top of each other, and absolutely nothing would have happened there. It wouldn't even have gone in. We got Brian here saying, I'm going to arrange something in Toronto. But Brian, thank you so much for tuning in. Incredible to see you in here. Do pop in if you want to chat with us during the game at any point. The link is in the Spurs family group chat. We got a super chat here from Robsta for £5. Says, name a manager that can do better than Dyche with Levy funds. Look, straight away, I'd say Christophe Galtier at Lille in very similar circumstances there. But Marcelo, what are your thoughts on Dyche? Do you think he's at Spurs level?
As soon as he read the name, look at him. Look at his reaction.
Honestly, if I'm going to be real with it, like, I don't really care who's manager. It's going to be the same thing, guys. Like, let's be real here. Like, we can all kid ourselves, but if we get a Ten Hag, if we get if we gone, Ragnick, if we gone, Gasparini, Bielsa, whatever, right? Sure, they'll do a better job, but will they succeed at Spurs? That's the real question. And the question is, and I'll tell you right now, it's no. As long as ENIC is on board, we will not succeed. The most we'll ever do is get a manager that will overachieve like Pochettino.
Yeah.
Because they, like, for me, I think Ben said it perfectly. It's criminal, the fact that they had Pochettino, Paul Mitchell, everything fall on their lap, all the puzzles in place, and they somehow screw it up. They only needed one piece. It's like if you're almost done with the puzzle and you just need to add that one piece, Matty, and then you just screw it up. That's what that board did. I don't trust this board no more, bro. They gotta go.
Yeah.
They gotta go.
They do. They gotta go, and they gotta go quick. I've got my ENIC out sign there somewhere. Oh, that's a way back behind me. I'll get the ENIC out sign out in a second. People there saying Eddie Howe to be new Spurs manager. I don't think there's any truth to that one.
If that happens, I want people to clip me from 6 months ago because I told you it was going to happen.
Yeah. No, David and I, we said it. It's probably going to be Eddie Howe, man. Like this whole talks with Ten Hag, I never got really like excited for it. You know what I mean? Like this is classic. This is classic ENIC, isn't it, David? They'll be like, we'll go for Skriniar. We're going to go for Milinkovic. We're going to go for Jansen. We're going to go for Konza. But we're also going to go for Vestergaard. By the way, we're also going to go for Vestergaard.
They've probably already approached Eddie Howe. And he says, look, I'm just on holiday here until the end of the season. You know what I mean? He probably already knows he's coming in. That's what I'm talking about, Matty. That's what I'm talking about.
I feel like I should have this up all the time. I usually have it on top of the jersey over there, but I think it's too far away. I need to find a way to have this properly displayed.
Get a hat, lad, and just put it around the hat.
just have it on here.
Yeah, just there, lad. Perfect.
God, I'll have to borrow a hat off you, David.
But I gotta say, guys,
need to get out of our football club.
I'm looking at the stats, and it does go to show that Jose was, even though we're not winning right now, right? It does go to show that Jose could have done better with the squad possession-wise, because it looks like from the stats and from what I'm hearing from you guys, we're kind of beating Sheffield pillar post.
With the games sort of petered out there now, there's not much happening from a Spurs point of view. The only thing I've seen happen in the last few minutes is making McGoldrick look like Usain Bolt down the left hand side.
I see. I'm not. Listen. Don't. I'm not watching the game, so I don't know what's going on. But like looking at the stats, we got like 4 shots on target now.
They've all been comfortable saves, so.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, it's better than the one we had on Sunday, but still, it's not. It's nothing too exciting or too.
Nothing penetrating.
Shout about.
No.
Dyer with a poor header away.
Yeah, Dyer's going to be the only one that's going to undo us today.
Oh, 100%. That's why I kept telling people, everybody was like, oh, Dyer showed up in the final. Get him a new contract. I'm like, whoa.
Hold your horses.
This is the issue of this fan base.
It's just the thing, one game and people think he's Maldini.
Yeah, right? Oh, man. All right, lads, I'm going to get my food. I'll be back by second half. And we'll talk. All right?
I'll see you then, my man.
Talk to you soon. Come on, you Spurs.
Before you go, give us your biggest ENIC out. Biggest ENIC out.
ENIC out! Get out of my club! Fuck you!
That's what I'm talking about. Big up. Oh, man, it's great to see the guy. It's great to see him back in action.
I can't wait to get him on for the second half and have the three of us back doing a watch long again. But look, like you're saying, David, this game is petering out to nothing. Aaron Ramsdale appears to be injured. He's picked up a foot injury. They've, I think, Fotheringham on the bench. Surely, if they bring on Fotheringham, we'll score a goal or two.
Just shoot on sight, surely.
I mean, I'd do that anyway with Ramsdale. Shocking goalkeeper. Right. But Spurs, what are you doing to me? Why do we still care?
Do you know what? This is the thing. I hear like a lot of people have been saying to me, do you know, I don't even care about the game. I don't even care anymore. But me, I'm just one of those fans, man. I can't not care. You know what I mean? Yeah. I eat, breathe, and live this club. This is my life. And I know it's sad. People are going to call me sad. And I know. Believe me, I know. But this club is my life. Everything I do revolves around this club. And I just, even though everything's going on, I still find it hard not to care.
Absolutely. Like, it's when you put so much time and so much devotion into supporting something like this. And it's not easy being a Spurs fan. Like, aside from what happens on the pitch and what you have to put up with in the club, the abuse that we as Spurs fans, especially here in Ireland, have to tolerate. I'm just plugging in my laptop here. Sorry, it is it's so difficult, but it's just impossible to not care anymore. Because put so much time, so much money, so much of your mental health into supporting what this is. You can't just give it up. You can't just stop. And that's why with the whole Super League thing, when people said they'd stop supporting Spurs, I was like, you won't, because I won't. I can say it as much as I want, but at the end of the day, Spurs could be playing, anywhere in the world at 4:00 in the morning against Bayern Munich in the European Super League, and I'd watch it. And like you said, you're the same. You can't just give it up.
Yeah, and it's it's just what do we do in our past life, man, to deserve this? This is the thing. This is what I keep questioning lately. What have we done? All of us Spurs fans, we must have done something bad in our past life to be able to for us to be Tottenham fans and endure this. Like, even Leicester can come from League 2 and go and win the Premier League and give their fans something to shout about, right? Wigan can go against, a bigger upset, beat City in the FA Cup final, take the FA Cup final, give their fans something to shout about. Us Spurs fans, no matter what final we're in or no matter how close we are to something, we always fall. Always fall at the last hurdle.
Yeah.
If you were a horse in the Grand National, you'd never back it. Never, because you're like, he's just gonna fall last hurdle. What's the point? Yeah. But no, us Spurs fans like suckers, week in, week out, we fall for it.
I think one of the best things is, though, when we have people like this coming in thinking their day is being productive, or they're actually making something of themselves, when the best thing they can do is come in and spam a Spurs stream of bottle ham and a load of laughing emojis. It's just a copy and paste job. If you're going to do it right. Send a few different abusive messages. I mean, you're just getting blocked from the channel immediately. I'm not putting up with that.
People like that, though, Matty, are actually secret closet Spurs fans. And what I say to this guy is like, look, stop begging for attention. Just put on your Spurs jersey and come and enjoy the content with everybody, because we know you're dying to. Just do it, please. Stop being a closet Spurs fan. Just put on the jersey and just come on, enjoy it. You don't need to be putting in stuff like that for a bit of attention.
Whoever is putting those messages in, if you want to become a channel member, come on and have a chat. Be my guest. The join button down below, or send in a super chat. Look, if you want to abuse Spurs, do it in a super chat, because I have to bring it up on screen.
Yeah, have some self-respect and do it in a super chat. Have a bit of self-respect.
There's a bit of advice for people. If you want to guarantee your abuse is put up on screen, put it in a super chat.
If you're going to be a shithouse, at least do it right. At least do it right. You know what I mean? You can't even be a shithouse properly. Come on. Just do it right. If you're going to be a shit house, make sure you're the biggest and the loudest shit house and do it in a super chat. That way you cannot be ignored. So if you're going to do it, just do it right, please. I'm begging you. If not, you're only making a show of yourself.
I can't wait for the super chats of it to come in. Dan says,
Irish, you're talking shit. Bottom hand, this, that, and the other.
Dan says, can I join you guys on webcam as well as Marcelo? Dan, if you want to join after the game, the link is up in the members only community feed, but just during the game, we won't bring in any guests on, just because we need to make sure our streams are all synced up for moments like this, as Kane's pullback is poor. Aurier into the box. Bale.
1-0.
1-0 Spurs. Gareth Bale. That's a really good finish, to be fair.
Let's have it. Gareth Bale, he's there with the goal celebration. Knocked it straight out the park.
It mightn't happen too many times more this season. Let's get the video rolling. It is Gareth Bale who has given Spurs the lead. Harry Kane pulls back to the edge of the box. It's cleared away by George Baldock. Aurier picks up the ball. Oh, it's a brilliant, delicate little pick out by Aurier.
How is Aurier doing that?
Oh, it's brilliant. And Bale, 6 yards out, lifts it over the onrushing Aaron Ramsdale. It's a quality goal from a Spurs point of view. And hopefully there's a few more of those to come as we take the lead here against Sheffield United. Will with the super chat. The $2 from Will. A chocolate ice cream emoji and a house. I wonder what he's trying to say there. I wonder if we can if we can decipher that message. Thank you very much, Will, for the super chat. And I don't know if you missed it earlier, but thank you so much for offering to take this, or for accepting to take the stream earlier, but I did manage to get home on time. I do appreciate that, Will. And like I said, at any point, if you do want to jump on, you're logged in. I'm sure you can jump in.
You've also missed us giving your channel a plug, man. And also me giving your End on Bele theory a plug, man. Where have you been, Will? Where have you been?
It's been all Will Stewart in this stream today. But look, everyone, there's the channel. If you do want to go over and check it out, I highly recommend that you do. Will's does some incredible content, and I implore you to go over and check it out. Bit of a lighter mood in here now that Spurs have opened the scoring, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Look, for 90 minutes, I just want to sit here and cheer my team. After that, I can go back to Evie and everything else I want, or Enoch and everything else I want. You know what I mean? Evie, Enoch and Levy, Evie. There we are. Brilliant. Hashtag Evie out. That's what we need to do. But no, look, you know, like I said, I just want to win these last 5 games, and look, getting European, or if we do get top 4, it's a double-edged sword, because we get top 4. Levy and Enoch could just come like, oh, what's all the fuss about? You know, we done what we wanted to do this season, and we're going to give Mason the job because he's done such a great job. And, you know, but at the same time, I just cannot bear a season without watching my team in Europe. I can't.
Yeah, look, like for a while, I kind of understood, you know, I'd like it, Champions League or nothing at all. I didn't want to be in the Europa League. But then the joy that Europa League, some bit of a run, actually gave to us, like, you know, getting to a final or something like that, which we should be getting to. Let's do it, you know. Let's get back in the Europa League. Let's win it next season. Because if someone like Arsenal can almost get to the final, I think Spurs can. I think we have it in us. Tui here making a good point. Can't lie, I kind of felt apathetic towards that goal, and I'm the same. Like, yeah, great, we score, but you're not gonna. You know, remember the first watch on against Arsenal? We're jumping out of our seat. We're giving it this. We're giving it that when we score. It's hard to do that now. Ben here says, hi, I've just subscribed. Ben, thank you so much for subscribing. Massively appreciate that one. And welcome to the channel. If you are new, anyone else, if you haven't yet subscribed, do make sure to hit that down below for more watch-alongs, the Tottenham Fan Voice podcast, and unrivaled transfer coverage of Tottenham's upcoming transfer window, which I'm sure will be a big one. And let us know in the live chat if you have subscribed, and we'll definitely give you a shout out as well. And
just quickly, Ben, don't make me jealous. When this stream ends, the Irish Hotspur is another place to go and subscribe. You can't be making me jealous now. You can't do one without doing the other. We're a pair, aren't we, Matty?
Oh, we absolutely are. You never get one without the other. That's the way we're going. Kane wins it back. Oh, it's a poor touch back to Egan. And don't think you'll ever be getting rid of us soon. We're here for the long haul.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
We can assure you of that one. Here's Ryan Brewster. Pulls back edge of the box to Osborne. One of the worst shots I have ever seen in a Premier League game of football. It looked as though he was swinging his foot like a golf club at the ball rather than kicking it.
Who's that?
Go on, Deli.
Deli
gets a nutmeg. As bad as he is, he's going to get a nutmeg. That's what Deli's all about.
And I just want to say to people, it's not only the watch-alongs that are going to grow next season. Me and Matty have some other plans. And trust me, this is gonna be big. So, you know, just keep an eye out for future content from these two Irish boys here.
That's all I'm gonna say. Subscribe to the Irish Hotspur and subscribe to Matt Hayes Tottenham Blog. That's all I'm gonna say. Martin says just subscribed. Thanks, Martin. Ashley says I'm subscribed to your video too, David. Watch your videos. Got a fan there, David. Free kick here for Spurs, about 25 yards out. Heung-min Son taken down on the counter-attack, and Harry Kane is lining up that ball, looking like he might hit it. But
just give it to Moon Boots. At least then it fits with his name. You know what I mean? Harry Kane, I'm just going to be disappointed when he hits it.
That's true. Sean Byrne says, who scored? It was Gareth Bale, assisted by Serge Aurier, for anyone out there with your fantasy football teams.
All people. Serge Aurier.
This is going in. This is going top ins. I can feel
Eric
it.
Eric Dyer has taken about 10 steps back. He looks like he's just going to balloon this.
Dyer isn't there. It's Kane and Bale.
Oh.
Kane hits it. Oh. The first one is into the wall. I thought he got the rebound well, but it's behind for a goal kick. Kane looks disinterested. I'll be honest.
What is that?
Oh, God.
He's got the hair and everything.
If Kane leaves, David, what will we do? What will we do?
I'm going to find it very, very hard to support Tottenham the way I do now with Kane. He is my man. I love him. I absolutely adore the guy. If he ever leaves, it's going to be worse than breaking up with a girlfriend. It really is. You know what I mean? I'd be inconsolable for days.
I remember when Bale left, and I was absolutely... I was only 12, but I was absolutely heartbroken.
Christmas never come round again.
Yeah. You do, and I think it's worse with Kane, because I think we rely more on Kane now than we did on Bale back then, and that says a lot. Yeah. That really does say a lot, but I think it's the end of this era for Spurs. If Kane goes, I really do.
You're not gonna buy anyone more football to get the goals and the assists. Not only the goals, but goals and assists combined. You're not going to get another player in world football that's going to be able to do what he has to do. So we'll have to more or less, we're going to have to get in better creative players because, you know, the ones we have now are not going to pick up the slack for Harry Kane if he does go. So we're going to have to get better creative players as well to be able to pick up the slack and play a slightly different way.
Yeah, God, everything falls apart, I think. And just typical Eric Dyer there. David McGoldrick in his own half going back towards his goal, and Dyer thinks it's a good idea to go flying through the back of him, give him a free kick. I don't get frustrated with anybody like I get frustrated with Eric Dyer.
Like, we're talking about David McGoldrick, man. He's useless.
Oh, God,
he is useless.
He's the type of player that's going to score against Spurs. So
he scored against us in the last game, didn't he?
Oh, he did, didn't he? Oh,
yeah, because I was sitting there giving it, David McBron's breaking all this, and then he goes and scores. Oh, what is that? Like, that's a simple pass right into it.
It's a poor ball.
Matty, why can't we just do the simple passes? Please explain to me why, because I'm getting fed up with this. Like, that's a simple pass right into the path of him, and he can't even do that.
I don't know. There are way too many questions, and Will brings up a good one here with the $2 super chat. Will, again, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. Says, why is Kane still taking free kicks, though? I can't remember the last time Kane hit a free kick over or around the wall. Every single one of them fired against the wall. And Bale has had a few decent ones this season. I remember there's one in the Europa League that was saved and Vinicius put it in on the rebound. But why is Kane taking him? You know, he's good at so many things. But Roy Hodgson putting him on corners and Spurs putting him on free kicks, I think are two of the most questionable decisions any manager has ever made with the quality of player like we have. Like Harry
But the
Kane.
thing is, right, with Harry Kane's aerial ability, why would you put him on corners? Why? I don't understand it. Why would you do that? That's just ridiculous. In terms of free kicks, there's no excuses for it. The guy just needs to be told. See, this is where Mason needs to come in. You know, I just say, look, Harry, H, you know, you're a great player. We adore you. Everyone else adores you. But if you want your image to be 10 times better, just stop taking free kicks. Because then they'll think you don't have a weakness in your game. Just don't take the free kicks.
He'll be on goal kicks next. Let's wait and see.
Yeah, it'd be like over here. I don't know whether that happened with you, Matty, but in underage football, sometimes you'd have the centre-back taking the goal kick to the keeper to kick a ball.
Do you know what, David? I'll be honest. I was that keeper getting centre halves to take the goal kick.
No way.
I could not. It just came out of nowhere. Like probably when I was 15 or 16, all of a sudden I could hoof the ball, you know, down towards the other goals. But for so long, I just couldn't do it.
That's fine. Well, like when you're at under 15s, you're expected to be able to kick a ball. I'm talking like even after that, under 16s, 17s, 18s, and you're just standing there looking at the keeper. You're like, why are you even here? You know,
I remember there's
at least
one
by
team
under 15s, you expect to have the power to be able to balloon the ball. So that's acceptable.
Yeah.
But anywhere after that, it's not.
There was one team I played against. I forget who it was, but it was probably under 16s or under 17s. And you know, the keeper, the centre back was taking goal kicks off the ground. I was like, okay, that's a bit weird. Then at one stage, the keeper got the ball in his hands, and the centre back strolled on up to him, took the ball out of his hands, and he moved on the pitch. Like, is that not a foul? Should not be getting a penalty for that. But
that should be a penalty.
The centre back was allowed to take the ball out of the keeper's hands and kick it out of his hands as well. It was ridiculous.
Oh, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. I thought it was bad up this way. Jesus Christ. That is shocking.
There's some bad teams out here in Limerick, don't worry. Skippy here with the $2 super chat says, just sending some support your way. Skippy, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so much for that. Look, we always notice you in these live chats. You're an absolute hero. So thank you very much for that extra bit of support as well. And look, we got another Spurs YouTube legend in the house. We got Bob Spur TV saying, was that the best ball Aurier has ever made in his Spurs career? Bobby, I think it was. Yeah. I really do think it was. A pass to a teammate. He doesn't do that very often. I really do think it may have been up there. And Bobby, if you want to pop on at any point, the link is in the Spurs family group chat. Definitely head on for a chat. Halftime, full-time, whatever you want.
Yeah, Bobby, come on at halftime, lad. I want to see you at halftime, Bob. I can go for a quick drink then.
Come on, Bob. You have to now. We have to let David go. Let's also the poor touches cleared away by Baldock. Wayne says Kane takes a free kick so we can practice for the NFL team.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a point. You have a point.
Do you know what? Once he finishes in football, if he can make a career for a season or two in the NFL as a kicker, fair play to the guy.
Mm. He has the ability.
He's finding himself something to do after retirement in football, which is absolutely brilliant. So fair play to him. I'd love to see him do it. I'd probably end up going and watching NFL then because I love Kane. Even though I don't like NFL, I probably would go and watch it because of Kane.
I actually probably would as well. That's the sad truth of being a football fan. Oh, very good play there with Tony Kane.
Oh, we're like Barcelona.
Delhi hits it. Oh, it's saved by Ramsey.
Oh,
Just calls
look.
Barcelona.
We were like Barcelona there, lad.
For about 3 seconds of the season. Brian C here coming in with the 550 super chat. Brian, thank you so much. Absolute hero. And thank you to everybody sending in those super chats. It is massively appreciated. Brian says, go on, Matt and David, flying the Irish Spurs. I think the flag is there as well. Streamer takes it away for some reason. Surely we have hit the darkest before the dawn. Like the tune goes, things can only get better. And isn't that a bit of positivity? It can't get worse than this, surely. The only thing down from us is Arsenal.
Can only get better. Can only get better. You know me, I love a little song, lad. But no, honestly, things will get better eventually. It's just how quick.
Yeah. It may take a while. It may take a very, very long while, but like you say, we have hit the darkest before the dawn. I'll agree with you on that one, Brian. Now that Jose's gone, there's a bit of light at the end of the tunnel. I'd say, Brian, thank you very much for that super chat.
Brian's an absolute legend. He is a hero. So big yourself up, Brian, man.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And anyone else, if you do want to get those super chats in and support the channel, that extra bit, it would be massively appreciated. Guaranteed to have your questions answered, your comments read out, and as this turns out, your songs sung by David Harris. So please do get those
That's
in.
That's a new feature on the watch along.
Any song recommendations that David will sing them. Thank you very much for that, Brian. Ashley says I can come on at halftime. Actually, the members call and show, we'll have a few more on after the game. Just at halftime, bringing on a few of our fellow YouTubers. But we'd be happy to have you on after the game if you're still around. But the halftime whistle has gone. It is Spurs 1, Sheffield United 0 at the break. Gareth Bale with the only goal of the game. A very good assist by Serge Aurier, and then a brilliant finish as well by Gareth Bale after 35 minutes. But David, first half, what did you make of
it? Look, it was another game of football, wasn't it? Look, we created a few chances. Probably if a lot of times, you know, it was just missing that light tiny bit of control where it was just skimming the boot, stuff like that. But like I said, second half, man, I fully expect us to come out and do this. They conceded the most goals out of any Premier League team in the second half, 32. I think it is 32. So we should. What's Bob Spurs saying? Yeah, send me a link, buddy. My phone's being a Levy. It's on the Spurs family chat, isn't it?
Yeah, if you want to get it from there, Bobby, it's in there.
Oh no, I think maybe he wants me to send it to him on WhatsApp, maybe if his phone's playing it.
Yeah, I'm sure David will send it to you that if he does get a chance. If you didn't head off, David, go ahead.
No, I'll have to jump off to be able to send it to Bobby because I'm on my phone.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. No worries at all.
I'll send it and I'll come straight back on.
Love it. Nicole says can't deal with Deli's hair. Nicole, I can't either. I don't know what it is. I really, I mean, you can ask all the questions you want. It's shocking. Like I said, it's probably reason enough to sell him. Will says I got him. I think Will might be sending that on to Bobby. Sue says I have to get my halftime oranges, guys, later. Sue, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope to see you in that live chat again very, very soon. Look, let's get the man of the hour in. Will Stewart. Will, how are you getting on?
I'm doing all right.
Good. How do we feel that first half went?
I mean, the first 5 minutes was pretty dang good, if I do say so myself.
Just the first 5.
After that, it got a little bit sloppy again, to be honest. And then, obviously the goals is a good thing, but yeah, not horrible. Not horribly upset.
Not horrible. I think that's as good as it gets as a Spurs fan now, doesn't it? Not horrible.
Unfortunately. Unfortunately.
There's a question here by Ashley Chanel says, do you think Bale will be at Spurs next season?
I think he's got a good shot. But probably no.
No.
Yeah, the money I don't think is going to be there. So
I think that's the biggest thing. You know, you can question Bale's performances all you want, and rightly so, but 220 a week? It's too much when you need to buy players who are there for the long term and players who can actually be part of a future project for Spurs. I think 220k and a player like that is a bit too much to ask for. But look, I suppose in the first half, Bale, he was influential to some extent, managed to get himself in the score sheet. But is there any player you've been overly impressed by in that first 45?
Overly impressed? I think Højbjerg looked really good today, especially in the first 15, 20 minutes of the game. Him, making good steps up into win challenges and intercept passes and keep the play forward and stuff like that. He's kind of shrunk back a little bit in the last half of the first half, but His performance in the first half was probably the most impressive for me.
Yeah, I think he's so commanding in that midfield very often. I think Reguilon, to be honest, for me, was quite good. He's the quality isn't always there for him, but you can always see the passion. Like he'll be running for those interceptions, he'll be taking men on. I think to at least that heart and that passion that we want to see in the badge is coming from him to some extent. And speaking of heart, speaking of passion, speaking of a man who absolutely loves Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, let's bring on Bob's Per TV. Bobby, how are you getting on?
Oh, me, all right.
you.
How you doing?
He's looking for the guy with passion.
Bob, what you make of that first half?
Pretty average. Pretty average. Considering we're playing the worst team in the Premier League, I was expecting a bit more.
The first 5 minutes were pretty good, Bob. Come on now.
Yeah. Credit where it's due. Come on.
Yeah. No. Winning 1-0. I'll be honest with you, guys. I can't get excited for the games at the moment. Normally I'm watching Spurs and heart and soul. You just mentioned 100% concentration on the game. I've been doing bits and bobs and keeping an eye out on it, and it's just not the same. I'm feeling more passionate towards the upcoming protests than the game itself. So it's 1-0. Great ball for Moria, his best ball he's ever done under Spurs, and there you go, mate.
His career. Gotta get these out. Gotta get
I've got a shirt coming. It should be here Monday, I think. Monday or Tuesday.
Oh, wicked. What, Enoch out?
Shirts, passion.
Yeah, hashtag Enoch out.
Yeah, man.
One of the lads at work is...
The thing is, we don't have to be 100% today. I mean, if we perform the same 60, 75% we have done in the first half, we should be right second half as well. So,
Yeah. I think that's the thing. We shouldn't have to get out of second or third gear to beat this lot, but you would like to maybe see a bit more. See 4, 5, 6 goals being scored, because I think this is the last chance we'll really get to have that this season. But one of the lads at work was telling me I should get like a banner or a scarf or something with just Daniel Levy, but Levy spelled Leavey, and I feel like that's something I really need to do, and I want to see that at the stadium on the 15th. But look, I suppose I'll get both your opinions as well on Ndombele being left out of the squad today. We'll come to you first, Will. 2 games in a row now, no Ndombele. Do you think it's a personal thing?
It can't not be. It can't not be. And especially if you don't see him come on in the second half.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, I don't think Lo Celso's been that great. I think you could easily make a 60-minute substitution for Lo Celso and have Ndombele come in. That would be the smart thing, right? Lo Celso hasn't been bad or poor, but he hasn't really made an impact either. He's been kind of ambiguous, other than that shot that he put kind of, way over the post. So why wouldn't he come in? But you'll probably see Winks. And
Winks come on up front.
Yeah.
What do you make about Ndombele? Oh, sorry, go.
No, I mean it's got to be a personal thing. Like my whole conspiracy that I had yesterday that I got a lot of hate for. I was called mental because of it. Not so mental now, I think.
Yeah. What do you think, Bobby?
Yeah, it's bad to be personal, mate. It's a new manager always comes in, and there's always one player who suffers from a new appointment. And unfortunately, it seems Ndombele. The fact that Mason's only interim, I think he's probably just want to see the season out anyway. But it's too much of a quality player to be left on the bench for me. But if I say Ryan's obviously seen something. Look at me, Ryan, Ryo, Ry.
Good mate, Ryan.
Something, yeah. Has obviously seen something in on the. All right, the missus is worried about going behind me, but it's all right. It's obviously worried about. It's seen something in training that doesn't sit right. So it's unfortunate. I just, Mason's. You probably saw my little message that I put out on the group chat. He's a disgrace for me, Mason. Honestly, he's one of our own. And he's let his fans down. He's let us down. He's let the badge down. And I said, you're looking like a puppet. You're talking like a puppet and looking like a muppet.
Welcome to the team, Bob. Welcome to the team.
There's something not right. I said it from this first interview,
Absolutely.
and people saying, "Oh, sorry, you got thingy there, aren't you, mate?
Yeah, I'll get to this quickly. Wayne Winter with the £5 super chat says Harry's going nowhere. He wants to be the first Englishman to score a field goal when he plays for Enoch FC Miami on the nice new retractable field. Look, Wayne, it would not shock me one bit. It really wouldn't. But Wayne, thank you very much for that super chat. Really do appreciate that extra support in the channel. Everyone else, get your super chats in, and we'll be guaranteed to get to those. But
yeah, Mason just is disappointed me. Like I say, he was coming as one of our own, etc. But from his first press conference, it just didn't look right. And I did mention it. People were like, "Oh, he's only been there 2 days. Let's see." But since then, I don't know what matches he's been seeing. The fact that 20 of our players could get into any top four team in the Conference League would probably have second thoughts. He's just making himself look like a bit of a wallet. Either don't say anything or come out and say, right, I'm the manager of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. This is the way I'm going to do it. And but no, he's tarnishing his reputation, and he needs to stop it now before it gets worse, because people are already seeing past it, and it needs to stop now. And you stop now because I feel it's a bit of a disgrace.
I think it is, and look, like you say, he's ruining that reputation. I'd ask the question, if someone had come to you and said, you can be Spurs manager, but you have to play these players, I think it would be hard to turn that down. But you would hope that those people within that club setup would have a bit more heart and a bit more. He's a Spurs fan all his life, gotten to the point where he's playing for the club. You'd like to think it would mean a bit more to him than that, but I think you can, to some extent, understand where he's coming from. But look, guys, how do we see this second half panning out? Bobby, do you think it's going to be Spurs are going to walk away with it, or do you think we're looking at much more of the same?
Just do what they're doing. I mean, Sheffield United don't seem like have anything. Brewster's shot went I think it's still going somewhere. The only shot. So no, Spurs just need to do what they're doing, say in second or third gear, and see out the game. I've got a funny feeling it's going to finish 1-0. If it finishes 2-3-0 again. It is one of those. That's what it is, Will, isn't it? There's no oomph in the game. There's nothing in there that suggests, right, that cup final really hurt our fans, really hurt us, really hurt our badge. Let's go out and do something. And to be fair, it's not unexpected, which is the most hurtful thing. It's not unexpected. It's kind of what we were expecting, and that's sad.
And I'm going to go pure Will Stewart nature here, because I like to ruffle people's feathers. I don't see Dele Alli being a positive in this match either. I don't see anything from him today that says that he deserves to be playing in that spot, especially starting 100%. In that spot over Lucas Moura.
He's given the ball away a few times as well, hasn't he? No,
5 or 6 times.
Yeah. No. Well, you're absolutely right. Ali hasn't done anything. Dele hasn't done anything. Reguilon's continuing his poor form. Bale's had a couple of good touches, the goal being one of them. Kane's trying too hard because he knows it's all on him. The defenders haven't done anything. They've not had to do anything. Lo Celso is, again, for me, still not looking 100%. Højbjerg's being Højbjerg. Sonny's just being Sonny like he has been for the last couple. There's nothing there. There's been no improvement. No, there's nothing there. But we'll probably get the 3 points, and then people will be singing everyone's praises, and then we'll papering over the cracks as we normally do. But no, nothing there, unfortunately, for me. But then again, I'm just as guilty. I'm not giving the screen my 100%, my undivided attention. So they're probably going off that.
Yeah, I think it's bad being angry at your club. It feels so bad to be angry at your club, but apathy, I think, being apathetic towards it just hurts. It's like we were sitting here, we could barely even muster a celebration for the goal. We spent more time talking about the protests at Man United than we did about what was actually happening on the pitch. It's just a feeling of resignation towards the club, or towards the team this season at least. It's rough and it's tough. But
what were your thoughts on the protests at Old Trafford then? Go too far? Spot on? Did you wish we had it? I mean, to consider, compare that protest to our home game today. We're already doing it half-heartedly. I've had my rant about it. Oh no, Sheffield United game's not really convenient.
Yeah, I thought the protests were. Actually, no, I've had my say in it. Will, do you want to chime in
on the protest?
Yeah.
Man United one.
To be honest with you, I woke up a little bit late today. I was up late last night, about 4:00 in the morning, talking with Mr. K after the show ended last night. So I woke up to the news of it. I hadn't really gotten to see a whole lot of the details of it, but I know that it was big enough to have the match called off because fans were jumping in there and doing different things. But no, I mean, I think it's a great thing. I think it's a great thing to go out there and do. I wish more people would do it. I think would be really, really cool is especially for all the London fans to kind of unite on this topic, especially with the clubs that were involved in that ESL thing and do like a 1,000,000-man march from Tottenham Stadium all the way down to Stamford Bridge. You know what I mean? Like go from Tottenham to the Emirates and then from Emirates to Stamford Bridge. And just really, I mean, because could you imagine that if you had the clubs of the fans that hate each other, Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, all, hundreds of thousands of fans walking the streets of London from stadium to stadium and in support of getting their owners out.
I think that would be a really magical thing. We've got a substitute here for Sheffield United at halftime. It's an alliterative substitution, you can say, because Berge and Burke have come on for Brewster and Bogle. Which, I think Heckingbottom has given us a bit of a tongue twister there for that one, but a change there for Sheffield United. Guys, if you want to stay for the second half, you're more than welcome. Or if you want to head off a little bit, it's up to you. Whatever. Has your second half kicked off on your stream?
Yeah. I've got my tea ready, guys. So I will pop on. You're going to be on for the aftermatch, are you?
Yeah, we'll be on for about half an hour after, as I say.
Fantastic. I will see you afterwards, then, guys.
Perfect. Talk to you then, Bobby. Thanks so much.
See you, Bobby. You enjoy your dinner, man.
See you later. Yeah, see it. I'm having spicy chicken burger.
Oh, stop it, lad. Stop it. Go on, enjoy it. Go on, enjoy it. You're making me hungry.
Mayonnaise, lettuce.
The whole works. Oh, man, stop that.
Brioche bun.
Right, lads, I'm heading off.
I'm salivating here. I'm about to have a seizure.
I'm heading off. I'm going over to Bobby's for tea, lads. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
See you later.
Enjoy it, Bobby.
See you, Bob.
Oh, John Fleck here could be off.
Send him off.
He could be off.
Send him off.
A little stamp here on Lacelso's head. Oh, it's accidental.
Yeah, he's off. Off. Send him off. That's red card. All day long.
Will I send you the link to our stream, Will, so we're all in sync? Do you have a second screen you can use?
Yeah, I got like 4 screens, so we're good.
Oh, 4 screens. Oh,
Will has everything. Will has cameras, screens, soundboards. Will has the whole shebang. That
I can even sing a song. Like if we win 3-0, if I get my score right, I'll sing you a song.
I'd love it. Davidson's thinking already.
What's your score?
3-0.
Oh, that's happening because Sheffield United can see the most goals in the second half. So you better be warming up them vocals, Will.
me.
Do re mi fa sol la ti do.
This stream's
that's what we learned in school.
I'll send you that link anyway there, Will, if you want to.
All right.
If you want to sync up with us. Lacelso here is down injured. The Sheffield United coaching staff there having a look at the replay on their dugout tablet, but I think John Fleck has escaped without punishment.
What?
I think it was accidental. I think it was it would be harsh to send him off, but a bit of Vaseline on Lacelso's head and he'll be fine. We'll see here. Lacelso goes down under the push and Fleck.
He knows what he's doing. He's seen it. He looked at him. He looked down when he done it.
Do you know what? After it happens, he doesn't seem to be very apologetic either.
No,
maybe he's gotten away with
exactly what he's doing.
Tommy G says that's intentional from Fleck. Mr. K says it looks painful. Mr. K also says Will has a camera in all our living rooms. # Big Brother is watching.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what I was actually thinking, lads? I'd love to get them to do a Big Brother house with all like fellow Premier League follower YouTubes in it. Like, so you'd have Arsenal, Spurs, United, all this. That'd be so much. That'd be some crack.
Imagine like Robbie from AFTV, Mark Goldbridge, Rory Jennings, and the Irish Hotspur. That is a group
I just run around winding them up, man. I would literally just nothing they could say will ever get to me. So I just run around winding them up. It'd be hilarious viewing.
Oh, I'd pay to watch that.
Especially Rory Jennings. I'd start with Rory. He'd be the first one. He'd be easy.
Maybe we need to. That's what we need to bring in for the members. An extra tier is Big Brother tier, and bring in an extra a YouTube reality show for them.
No, that'd be epic. We should get in contact with Don Robbie and put the idea to him. He has the funds to make it happen.
That would be absolutely. Oh, ball into the box at the edge. George Baldock. clear it away.
Or if there's anybody watching and they have the money, set it up. I'm in. Contract's already signed.
But I have to go as well because me and David come as a duo. So
yeah, I know 100%. You have to come. Will has to come as well. Like we need to get Marcelo will be a good asset to the team as well. Marcelo will be a great asset to the team. So what you need is like 5 from each of the top 10 clubs or something like that. That'd be brilliant.
God, that would be packed.
That'd be some crack though.
Oh, it would. It would. Because I'm going to head off for 2 seconds, but I'll be back in a minute. I'm sure I can trust the two of you to carry the stream.
Sure, we can do it.
Cheers, lads. Back in a sec.
No problem. Will, look, what?
All right, Matt's gone, David. Let's burn the house down now.
Look, what do you make of the game so far, though, Will?
I mean, the second half hasn't started off what I would hope. I would hope that we would come out with a little bit more energy, but it seems like we're spending most of the time in our box right now. So
yeah. When you're seeing them flick it around like that, it's embarrassing. But Will, why don't we get the fans excited? Why don't you tell us what song you have planned for us?
I figure since it's Sunday, we'll do a little glory Tottenham Hotspur. You know,
I'd join in that. Matt might as well. We might even get a little choir going.
Yeah, we'll do a little hymnal parade, we'll have a little church session. if we win 3-0.
No, look, we can do it for 90 minutes and about half an hour after. But after that, we need to get back down to the real issues. Then, don't we?
Yeah, but I've never, even like right now. Why didn't we come out the second half like we did the first half? Why are we? Sonny's in behind.
Sonny's over the top. Is he on or off? He finishes it. Now the question is the
offsides? Onsides? Offside?
Is he on? This is the question. If he's on, that's a great goal.
Yeah, a great finish too.
Yeah, he took it comfortably. Fair to him. And I did actually predict Son to score today. So that's nice.
Oh, I don't know. That guy back here by Bale.
That centre back here could be keeping him on.
Yeah.
That's a tight one. But what
I have to get the lines out. Yeah, it was calm, composed, buried.
Even the way he took the first touch, it was perfect, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a brilliant touch.
Straight in his stride. That's what you want. Now, here's the lines. Here's the lines we all dread and hate. We start with the yellow and then go to a blue and a red.
Oh, he's on. He's on.
Yeah, probably call his sleeve offside. We've seen it this season.
Oh no, they're calling him off.
There's no way. Come on.
They got to get rid of those blue bands on the shirt. Like that's what he's going by, right? They're going by that blue band on the Tottenham kit.
That's harsh. But you know what's annoying? It's only like his arm that's kind of past. You know what I mean? You can't score with your arm. It's really annoying.
No, and to be honest with you, they're using that blue band that's on the kit this year, and that's actually a little bit past the armpit. That blue band is here, and they're supposed to be measuring from the armpit, and they were measuring from the edge of that blue band, which is a good. Well, I don't know if that make a difference, but I mean that's a good 2 or 3 inches.
Yeah. Goal not given. Goal was given as offside. Unlucky, but look, it was a great finish by Son and a great ball over the top. But it is what it is. VAR, ridiculous call to be honest. It annoys me because when you see a player kind of leaning like that, of course he's going to be leaning forward with it because his momentum is taking him that way. That's the way
he's running too, so his arms have to be, out.
It's so annoying.
I think it should be based off. Your head or your foot, right? Like I don't think they should base it off your armpit or your arm.
No, even go from the shoulder. You can't score with your arm. Imagine your arm being offside. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, how many goals have been scored like that, right?
Maradona, that's about it.
And then you do have the occasional one coming off the bum,
so annoying. It's so ridiculous, though. This VAR. Will, what do you make of VAR? For me, I actually think it's killing the passion in the game slowly.
I mean, I think it's a good thing to have, especially for those calls that are just, horrible.
Yeah.
Is it something that you want to have, I think they're taking it too far, right?
Yeah.
Like, for instance, in the day before VAR, would the linesman have raised his flag on that run? Probably not.
No.
Not on one like that, especially because of the angle that the lineman is standing on the opposite side of the pitch from Son. His view is going to be, he's going to see him being, just behind that center back that they measured it off of.
Yeah.
And there's no way that he gets that call.
No, not 100%, lad. We do have a super chat here from Dark Sung G21. He says Peter Banks is a shambles of a ref.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely could be. He is. Definitely.
Oh, great. Not Bale says so.
Come on. Bale's been a little rusty today, too, to be honest. His first 5 minutes, I felt he gave the ball away a little too many times. There's Dele giving the ball away again.
Oh, well done, Sarge. No, look, I agree with you. Even though he scored the goal, he took the goal well. Oh, Harry Kane from distance.
That was Bale.
From distance. Even though Gareth Bale scored the goal, I do think he was pretty lackluster first half, to be honest with you.
Yeah, for sure. Especially the first 20, 25 minutes. I felt he was getting in the way more than he was helping.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. No, it's a difficult. Marcelo's in the building. Big up, Marcelo. How we keeping, brother?
Doing good. Just finished my meal.
What did you get?
Your meal's in a sack?
No, I had Chipotle. That's just chips.
Chips.
Yeah.
Nice.
I had some chicken, veggies, and lettuce.
Nice.
Yeah.
Making me hungry, lad. Bob's talking about spicy burgers. You're talking about chicken and chips and bites.
Yeah, I had lunch before I came on. That's why I was kind of missing for the first half.
I just had some things to do, lads.
And,
you know what? I'm getting to a point where I'm not even going to let Spurs take away my day life. So if I have something to do. Nothing left to fight this season, lads. So, if I can catch the game, I'll catch the game.
Oh, my God. What is this shit? Seriously. Not even a challenge. Walking by two of them. Shocking.
Oh, my God.
Marcelo, when Matty comes back, I'll get him to send you the link so we're all in sync.
I can send it.
Yeah, Will can send you it.
Yep.
Look, we've actually had a very poor start to the second half, though.
Oh my God!
We are letting a team that's picked up 17 points all season outplay us this half. Shocking.
Maybe I should leave. We were winning then, so maybe I should just leave.
Oh, look, you provide us more entertainment than Tottenham do at the moment, Marcelo.
Oh no, I'm just joking. This team is shit regardless. There's no such thing as jinx with this team.
I mean, you can see the 1% possession in their half. That's shocking.
You can see a 1-1 coming. You can just see it. You can just see it.
Please don't say that.
We need 3-0 because we want to hear Will and full vocal.
The thing is, I don't. You can say please don't say that, Maddie, but you can you don't even need to be honestly, Stevie Wonder could predict this game. He could probably predict 1-1, and it's just so obvious. It's just. Oh man, we are really shocking.
And big up Mr. K said he's taking the plunge and become members. Become memberized. The Irish Hotspur and Will Stewart THFC rants. Mr. K, I'm not sure if you're a member of Matty's army already, but you must be because you do actually have the badge.
Yeah, he's got the badgie.
So you are. But big up, I do appreciate that, my man. What a legend. And Matty, I don't know if you're sitting there in the background, but if you do, Dark Sun G put up a super chat. If you just want to bring it on
I
screen.
can pick it up.
Marcel can throw him on there. I'm not logged in as the mod.
Dark Sun G said after the match, can a player get punishment for a foul in the match? Can the ref get a punishment as well?
The ref can technically. The player,
I think,
review it. Yeah,
I think once the referee sees the incident, he can't get retrospective ban. But I don't know if that's changed because of VAR. And I apologize. I'm keeping my camera off because I've just grabbed a bite of dinner because I haven't eaten all day. I'm going to be back.
What you having, lad?
Oh, a proper Sunday roast. We got beef. We got potatoes.
No, I can't.
We got croquettes. We got carrots, mashed with turnip. We got broccoli. The whole shebang, David.
David is just dying out here.
Gravy, top it off. Go on, give me it. Gravy, yeah.
Gravy with mushrooms and onion in it.
Oh, man. Stop it.
Yeah, I had
My sugar levels gone low.
I had orange chicken with rice cakes and a dumpling soup.
Ooh,
That sounds better.
That's good, Will.
that's a good lunch. That's adventurous, man.
Yeah.
Bro, I love dumpling soup and also orange chicken.
But just quickly, Wayne Winter does have a super chat, and before we get back to talking about food, Wayne Winter has a super chat in there as well. But big up Dark Song G, he says, and big up Wayne Winter, he says, good evening, boys. Come on, give me a tune. Wayne, we do have to get to 3-0 because we do want to hear Will singing for us all. But big up Wayne Winter, lads. This guy, he was around on the scene for ages. He was sick. He ended up in hospital, but he's back out now. So big yourself up, Wayne Winter. I wish you full health, same as everybody here. And we hope you're okay, my man. And it's good to see you again.
Glad you kicked the COVID.
Yeah, good job, man.
Good to see you back,
Appreciate it. Love the support. Ronak saying, I love you, Marcelo. I love you too, buddy. But like, did you say dumpling soup or dumpling and soup? Because I've had dumpling soup. I've never had dumpling soup. I've had dumpling and soup.
Yeah, so what they
What's
do
the
is they
base
take.
of the soup? What flavor is the soup?
It's kind of like it's a clearish, yellowish. It's kind of like, have you ever had like miso soup at like at a Japanese restaurant or something like that?
I love miso soup.
So the liquid, I guess you could say, in the soup is that color, but then they take dumplings and instead of frying them, they're steamed, and then they're inside the thing, and you have vegetables, and then they take egg. You take egg and you pour it in while it's boiling, and it kind of solidifies into that. So like wonton soup, kind of, I guess maybe a little bit, but different.
Who cooked it? You or the missus?
You put the dumpling in there?
For sure. Yeah,
on,
the dumplings in the soup.
Go on, Sonny. Yes, Sonny. Go on. Who is this? It's the Celso, is it?
No, that's Bale.
Bale. Let's go. 2-0. Easy as. Come on. We just have to wait and see if he's outside now.
For the Korean folks, for Dark Sung Ji, it's like manduguk. Dark Sung Ji 21 knows what I'm talking about. Manduguk.
Can you give us Son's assist in Korean? Let's give it for the Korean fans. Let's hear you commentate on this goal for the Korean fans in Korean.
I mean, it was a great assist, great look into Bale. You know, it's just the run in general. The first touch that put him past, and then the flick on into Bale in stride. You know,
he was onside all day.
All day, he was waiting. He was behind Son. He was behind the ball.
That was beautiful.
I mean, the ball was a back paid. You know,
that's beautiful from Sonny.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we need you to do it in Korean now as well, lad, for the Korean followers.
그 손흥민 first touch 해가지고 이제 완벽한 first touch이 있어가지고 그 다음에 그 패스는 양태박이었습니다.
There we have it. That. Come on, you scores 2-0 up. This is what I'm talking about. All we need is one more, and we will be here. And Will, do you want to go and start rehearsing, or?
No, I got to get the reverb in the place. Glory.
We got full production value here today.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, this is X Factor auditions here today as well.
You guys are gonna be surprised. I'm telling you. I'm saying it only for Matty Hayes to reveal it. Just need one more goal.
Come on, I've never wanted us to score again so much.
Yeah, I couldn't get who scores now at this rate. I really couldn't.
Got to throw some anticipation into these matches since it's not coming from the club.
But no, look, goal against the run of play, really, to be fair. Look, I know we seem to be getting our goals off sitting back, taking the ball off them and just putting the ball in behind them. So, but at least my stat came to fruition. I did say Sheffield United do concede goals in the second half. They've already conceded 2. Okay, 1 is offside, but they've already conceded 2. So hopefully there's another one there.
Come on now.
Yeah, from the looks of it shouldn't have been offside. That's just BS.
I mean, it was close, but it wouldn't have been offside before the VAR era, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And Sun's had several goals like that this season that have been, or since VAR started, that have been pulled off or called back.
Well, that's because
whatever you want to say.
He likes to.
Wayne Winter's back in with the super chat there, boys.
Yep. Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Ellie
What if I
hit
came
Sonny
back
on the run.
Lol.
Sonny's in behind.
Came back from a great goal. Wayne Winter. Tottenham 2-1 up or 2-0. I see. I can't even believe we have a clean sheet. I immediately said 2-1.
Do you know what though, Wayne? It would be interesting. So you obviously were watching the watch-alongs, and then you fell sick and you were in hospital and all. Now you came back. It'd be interesting to know. Do you think these watch-alongs have improved since you've been out and come back and watched it? That'd be very interesting, because if it has, we're all going in the right direction.
And if they haven't, you're getting banned from it. I'm joking. I won't do that. Sue here says, "Oh, we've scored." Missed that. It's good at Chris Kamara impression from Sue.
That was a decent attempt from Sonny. Decent attempt. Oh, what the fuck? Dele Alli. I just seen his hair. Oh,
are you serious? You just saw it? You didn't see it before the match?
I saw it on social media, but now, like, when you see it, like, during the match, it looks even worse. It looks even worse.
He's channeling his inner Bob Marley.
Dele Marley. We've got Dele Marley in the team now.
Oh my god! First it was, what was it? Borat. Now it's Dele Marley. Oh my god, this guy is really a clown.
And what's the story? Says there's a new Dele, and then Mr. K says Marcelo will end up scoring an own goal just to make us feel normal.
Honestly, I'm so surprised we've kept the clean sheet.
Don't concede, don't concede, don't concede.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no. I'd say my outlad's going mad about Dele's haircut.
I mean, like, I'm all for, like, you want, every player has their own fashion, I don't want to, like, criticize people from the way they look, but it doesn't really, like, in his situation, it doesn't really inspire you. Like, when he's been playing so poor and, like, he just gets that haircut, especially after Aubameyang kind of did the same thing. It's just like, what are you doing? It's like, honestly, it's almost like Arsenal and Tottenham are competing to see who's more of a bigger player.
So get him off the pitch. Come on.
Jesus Christ.
My son wouldn't have missed that touch.
Oh, that's great.
That's great footwork from
Stay away, Kane.
Send them off.
Stay away, Kane. Stay away.
Give it to Bale for his hat-trick. Left foot, top corner.
Gotta be.
It's gotta be Bale.
Man,
it's probably gonna be Dyer.
I need to transfer Bale into my fantasy football team. I missed the last time he had 2 goals, and then I brought him in, and Jose took him off.
Look, listen, Jose. It really does go to show that Jose should have utilized Bale. Like, I understand he hasn't been great in the big games, but we also lost a lot of small games that we should have won. Like, he could have been that difference for that Wolves game. He could have been that difference for the,
Newcastle game at the beginning of the season.
Newcastle, like, well, no, he was.
I don't think he was there. Yeah.
Yeah, he was injured. But a lot of games in which we drew. Yeah, like Fulham, a lot of those games that we drew, he could have been the difference. And just go to show that Jose should have utilized them a little bit more, in my opinion. Wayne Winter with the super chat here. Says, the truth is, you bet you guys are better. That's what I meant. Jesus, it's X Factor, but it's great. Keep it up. And Matt, spare me a roast potato. Wayne Winter.
You know what? I've just taken my last bite, Wayne, and there's no roast potatoes left. I am stuffed, and every damn crumb on that plate is gone. But I'll make you a roast potato.
If it's anything like your auntie's cooking, like your auntie's cooking, lad, I bet you it was a quality roast.
It's nothing like my auntie's cooking. I'm going to tell my dad.
By the way, if she is watching, she is an unbelievable cook, to be fair.
Sensational. Oh, God, I need to burp.
My wife, I'll tell you what, it just takes time. My wife, when we first got married, she used to burn ramen noodles. And then now she's,
I'll be honest with you, I get so annoyed if my missus burns something, because I just want my food. I'm starving, you know what I mean? I get so annoyed. She's a poor woman sometimes.
It gets better, especially once you have kids. That's really when it starts to get better.
Yeah. No, in fairness, my missus is a good cook now. She makes homemade taco fries and all that sort of stuff. So she's a very good cook. I do enjoy it. Look, to be honest with you, if she didn't cook, I wouldn't be eating. I'd just be getting chipper. So.
For a second, I thought you were going to say if I wish you would do it.
Oh my God, what is that from Aurier?
Say that again, Matt. You broke up.
I thought you were going to say if she didn't cook, I wouldn't be with her. Bale,
Patrick, come on. Yes, Will. Martin, play the video and then let's get Will into action. This is what I've been waiting for.
Let's get the video.
Woo! Back again.
Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur. No, I'm wrong key. Let me do it again. Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur. Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur. Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh man, that's
It's beautiful.
Big
Too high
up,
for
Will.
myself.
That's what we're
Too high for
talking
myself
about.
again.
Oh, I love that, Will.
There's your man of many talents,
man.
lad. If you were on X Factor, I'd vote for you.
That was
I'd have to
good,
go lower.
Will.
I'd have to go lower.
Can I just say something that no offense, Serge Aurier has 2 assists.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's insane.
What is going on?
Hold the front page, hold the back page.
That's a
Right
beautiful
through the legs.
finish.
Right through the legs.
Oh, that is a class finish from Bale.
A bit of joy, a bit of happiness. His 8th hat-trick, his first
Gareth
back
Bale.
in the widest Spurs.
Did we see? The thing is, I love
I
Bale.
still don't think he's done enough over the course of the season, though. Look, like, let's be fair. This Sheffield United, they are already relegated.
But let's be fair. Has he been given the chance, the fair shot for a whole season? I wouldn't mind extending the loan for another season. Just a loan, like another season loan. I wouldn't mind, honestly.
It's really expensive, though.
It is an expensive loan. That is true. I
And
mean,
it
we could
depends
get
on how he's going to play.
like, but the thing is, it depends who we get. Like, if you're telling me, if we get Leon Bailey, for example, who Will and I are a big fan of, 100% Bailey, right? But like, if we get like some kids from backwoods of nowhere, I'd rather have Bale. If I'm gonna be honest.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like if we get attached to a big name, like yes, sign him up. But like
why didn't Mason start Bale in the City game then? If he's come off and produced a hat trick, why didn't he start him in the City game?
maybe he knows that Bale doesn't like tracking back and like doing defensive work. I don't know.
Yeah.
And Winks is then. No end, no baller. Interesting. That's 2 managers now that's entered the club and has frozen out Ndombele. Do you think
I'm telling you it was because of the spout. I'm telling you that it was because
he's
when he
just
got
had
subbed
issues
off.
since he's come to the club, though. He came to the club not fit.
Yeah.
Then it took him a while to get up fit. Look, to be honest with you,
still not fit.
To be honest with you, I'd actually back him falling out with Mason because although he's not fit, he's still 10 times more effective than what Harry Winks is. And to be dropped for a cup final, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
for Harry stinks. To be honest with you, criminal. I probably would have grabbed Mason and roughed him up a little, to be honest.
Yeah, that was criminal. I agree with you.
Sonny's turned that on.
Deli's useless.
Oh, useless.
That was a horrible ball in.
Maybe Harry Kane could have continued his run there, though. He did pull out a bit.
Yeah, it's probably the joints that he smoked beforehand. Deli Barley,
They look like them floats that you hold on to in the swimming pool.
Oh man, like I don't know.
Look, hold on to one of them, you'd be safe.
It's just like, honestly, like I just feel like he's bored at this point. Like he doesn't even care. Like instead of like actually just working on getting better, he's just like, you know what? Maybe I should get a new haircut. That's the player's mentality nowadays. It's crazy.
Oh no, I know. Look, it probably makes him feel a bit better. Maybe he's thinking like fresh hair, fresh start. You know what I mean? Like, look, when we all get a haircut, we think we're sexy. Let's not deny it. So
that's true.
But like whatever. But he needs to produce something. Why didn't he launch himself at it instead of pushing
Diving header. You got to go with the diving header, unless it was like a foul. Oh, no,
all right, Deli. Time to
No,
lose the ball now.
That's what I'm saying. He
Time
needs
to
to
lose the
launch
ball
himself
now.
at it.
Yep, there we go.
At least one more there, to be fair. What story says because he's not Premiership class and dumb is better off in France. That's what you really feel.
No, I honestly,
dude, just diving header that right there.
I
you might even got a pen out of it.
I agree with David's dad. And David, I think Ndombele has not been good enough for this football club. I think a lot of our new signings have not been. I think him and Los also have not been good enough.
Do you know what frustrates me with Ndombele do Marcelo? Because if he dedicated himself right, there is a hell of a player in there. Imagine if he was fit, what he could produce.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's the what if story.
But even when he's not fit, though, he plays better than the other two people that we have playing in that spot right now. That's my
true,
point.
but no. I agree with that.
I'd rather keep him as a squad player over Harry Winks anyway.
I know, and I agree with that. But also, we got to stop looking at he's better than Winks, so he's good enough for Tottenham. Like, let's be real here. Yeah. Like, anybody is better than Winks. We can find someone in the championship that's better than Winks.
Here's one for you, Marcelo. If we got offered 70 million for Ndombele in the summer, say, would you take it? Because there's money for a bit of a rebuild.
It depends. No, it depends, because if we get rid of the likes of Harry Winks, Musa Sissoko first.
Yes.
We need to get rid of those guys first. Like, don't get me wrong.
That was cheeky.
On the score sheet.
Like, like, don't get me wrong, David. Like, as much as I think Ndombele has not been good enough, he is still a very class player. Like, he's still very good. But we need to focus on getting the dead weight out, getting those guys out. If we get those guys out, and then we got offered Ndombele for 70 or 80 million,
so
I'll take it.
Can we get a round of applause for Bale as he comes off, please? What a performance that was. Sorry, Marcelo, I just had to appreciate that, but go ahead.
No, I was already finished my point. As long as we get the deadwood out and then we get a good offer, but the thing is,
finish.
That's a class.
I didn't even realize how good that second finish was. God,
all of them were class.
All of them were great finishes, to be fair.
I got to look at live FPL that night. I got to see how many people selected Bale this week. It's going to be driving me nuts. My score, I'm going to get a red arrow on this one.
By the way, it is Stephen Bergwijn who has come on for Gareth Bale, and he's straight into the game here, picking up possession, feeding it down Sergio Aurier on the right-hand side, cross deflected. Reguilon coming into the back post. Ali keeps it alive. Lifts it back into the box and is headed away by Basham.
Let's go, Sonny.
Adds to it.
Pumping them.
Spurs are playing very, very well, though.
Yeah, but they are. To be fair, great performance, but they are bottom of the league, relegated.
That is very true.
But to be fair, even when we played them the first time, it wasn't like this, David.
Yeah, but they had more to play for. They probably put in more effort the first time. You know what I mean?
Nah, David. They're already relegated by then.
Sheffield United back beating United when we played them, no?
David, they were relegated.
So let's get Sonny a goal.
Sonny,
slows it
down.
Ronaldo.
Come on, Ronaldo.
Yes! What a goal! Sonny!
What a goal by Heung-min Son. He's fed in down the left-hand side by Stephen Bergwijn, and he pulls it back inside the defender. I thought the chance was gone, but he whips it in off the far post.
I missed that because I was looking.
Even Son's laughing at Deli's hair. He thought he was celebrating with a boomerang.
Nice one, Sonny. Nice one, son. Nice one, Sonny.
Right again.
Delicious.
Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur. Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur. Come on, everybody. Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur. The Spurs go marching on.
Beautiful.
That's it. I'm missing every first half from now on. I am missing every first half.
Dele Alli's been taken off here. He doesn't look happy. Is it the last time we see him in a Spurs jersey? Probably not, because Levy wants to sell him. Eric Lamela coming on.
Eric Lamela.
The thing
no
is,
one Ndombele again for the full game.
Let's go!
But here's the thing, Dele, he's gonna come in. He's gonna be like, throwing things, but like, how long has he been doing this already? Come on now.
Yeah.
Just put up a performance, lad. Then get.
Maddie's usually asleep during my streams. That's my Eric Lamela voice.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Context is good there.
I'm just gonna say this. I love Will's stream. Oh man, Will, I love coming on to that stream.
Thank you, appreciate it, bro.
If you guys,
are you streaming tonight?
Yeah. Tonight,
What
10
time?
p.m. Eastern time.
That's 3 a.m. our time?
Yep, 3 a.m. your time.
I'll be there.
All right, sounds good.
We got Dark Sung G here with the 5,000 South Korean won. Says, I predicted 5-0 in my first shot. Well, do you know what? You could be very, very close to being
You're
correct.
on, man.
Thank you again for the super chat.
Mr. K said 6-0 yesterday.
Yeah. And someone else said 6-0 in the super chat on the pre-match bump up earlier as well.
Oh, I wanted to make it to that, David. I was so close. So busy.
No. Don't worry about it, lad.
Yeah, it was funny. You'll have to go back and watch it, Dave. Like, because when you told me to do the Enoch out, and I threw on my deep voice sound, and then there was like a good 30-second pause in between your me stopping and your reaction.
Oh, this is beautiful football.
Super
this is
hilarious. I laughed out loud when I watched it.
That is some nice football, lads. Oh, we are playing them. I'll say this: Sheffield United may be in the bottom of the table, but it's very unusual that they lose 4-0. You know, if you look at it, most of their losses, it's 2-1, close.
Oh, Hoiberg, what was that, dude?
Oh, Sonny fighting for the ball. That's a foul. That's a terrible challenge. Book him. Get him out.
Just quickly, Matty, can I be cheeky?
No.
My stream yesterday. Everybody needs to get over and check it out. The reaction I've had off it, people are absolutely loving it.
Oh yeah, it was a great one with the Paxton TV boys. It was good.
Yeah, it was a funny stream as well. It was good.
Everyone, do make sure to go over and check out that stream on David's channel. But just as you said that, I've been spamming the link to Will's channel in the live chat. So everyone, do head over and subscribe to Will. He's on 514 now. Let's help him on the road to 1K. Let's see if we can get him to 5. Let's get him to 550. Let's
550 would be a good number. Yeah.
Let's do it. Everyone, head over there and subscribe. We'll spam David's link in a while.
If I hit 550, I'll do the whole thing, or maybe that'll keep people from subscribing. So maybe I shouldn't.
Let us know what you want, and we'll do it.
Yeah, put it in the thing. You tell me what you want, and we'll do it on the stream tonight or after the match. So whatever you want me to do.
Yeah. Just pass the ball, or
within reason.
Pass the ball. No, my God.
Yeah, within reason that won't get Matt's channel taken down.
I'm fine by that.
Yeah.
Come on, everyone, get over there and subscribe to Will. We got Holly to 1K on a stream here one day. Let's get Will to 550, and I believe in the power of the army.
Sonny, pass it to Sonny. Lamella.
Do you know what? I got the Paxton Road Boys 50 subs last night.
Yeah, you did.
David, you're moving up in the world.
It's the power of the army, lad.
Or if maybe chug a pint in less than 5 seconds. An English pint, not an American pint. Yeah.
That wasn't
that's a promise.
And whatever the people in the comments want to see, I'll get it done.
Let us know what you want to see Will do for 36 subscribers.
Have you got any offers so far, Will?
Let me look. Last time I minus my screen out, they ended up Sonny scored a goal, so maybe I should do it again.
Oh, you missed the Sonny goal, Will.
I saw the replay, but I missed it live. Yeah, because I was looking at trying to log into livefpl.net and.
Oh, you nearly missed the goal again, but it could still come because here's whoever that is for Sheffield United. Ooh, set it out for a corner. I'm disappointed in the Matt Army. There's only been one gone over and done it. Whoever the one is, you're a hero. But everyone else...
515 is what we're at.
113 if you hear need to go over and subscribe. I'm telling you, you won't regret it.
I don't want to jinx anything, lads, but it's kind of crazy. I was looking at the table, and Liverpool could end in the Conference League thing if this continues.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's kind of crazy.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I would love it. But
Rob needs to bring back his channel next season and do watch-alongs and bring me on if that happens.
Do you think there's a chance that they can make Manchester United forfeit that match for what happened today?
No.
I think they will play it. It's too big of a game for them to miss out on the revenue.
Yeah.
Again, money talks, Will.
I think by the rules, Liverpool showed up, right? They were there to play, and Manchester United.
Well, by the rules,
I don't think any of the buses actually went to the stadium. They were advised not to go, so I don't know how that will work. Maybe it's a trick in the book there by telling them not to come to the stadium because they didn't actually show up. Do you get me?
Gotcha.
Be interesting.
But the thing is, Will, is that you're talking by the rules. By the rules, technically, when you blow the full time whistle, the game is over. But since it was Manchester United against Brighton, they went back and gave a penalty. You know what I mean? Football, there's nothing by the rules anymore, man. It's all about money. By the rules, Manchester City shouldn't be in the Champions League. So, nothing. Rules don't really matter. Sadly.
If you're one of those 3 teams, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just keep the clean sheet. Come on.
Yeah. No, the lads are defending. Sheet. They're trying.
Yeah, clean sheet would be nice.
Yeah.
I need either that or sub off Reguilon right now. Because I have him in my defense. And if he gets subbed off now, this clean sheet holds.
Come on, Mason. Do it for Will. We got Wayne Winter in here.
Mikey just subscribe to Will as well. Big up, Mikey.
Absolutely.
No, it's pretty. And honestly, even if you're in an area where you can't watch the stream live, it's good to watch it back. I'm telling you, it's nuts. Daniel Levy makes appearances on the stream. Danny's Bun by itself makes appearances on the stream. We talk about movie reviews like Weekend at Joe's and all kinds of fun stuff.
Wayne Winter here with the super chat with the £5 says, come on everyone, back these boys, do your thing, smash those buttons, subscribe and like, come on you Spurs forever. Wayne, again, absolute legend. Really appreciate those super chats. I honestly I mean that when I say that. Anyone else, if you want to get those super chats in, hit that $ beside the chat and you can guaranteed your questions will be answered, your comments will be discussed, and do make sure to smash that like button as Wayne says while you're here. Let's even get to 150 before Spurs make it 5. We're on 137 now. So let's see how quickly we can get there. Spurs on the attack, so you might want to hurry up and smash that like button. And subscribe to, of course, David and Will as well while you're here.
Yeah, I'm on the big push for 3K before the end of the season, Matt, and I firmly believe it's achievable. I'm an ambitious guy, and I think it's achievable. So anyone that, even if it's a pity sub, I'll take it.
Anything for the numbers. You're a stat patter like Bruno.
I mean, it's been pretty. Good pass. That's a
class. It's a poor touch by Reguilon. He was recovered.
He's so far offside. He missed. Yeah, he's done.
God, yeah,
he's done. He doesn't look like.
How was he missed that?
He missed that. Wow.
Marcelo, my friend Mikey wants to know when you're getting your channel. He wants to subscribe to you too.
Probably not anytime, man. Probably not anytime. I barely can come into these watch-alongs as it is.
No, you get it one day.
Hopefully.
I just realised I got to stay up till 3 o'clock tonight.
No, Matt, it's so worth it. Honestly, it's so much fun. Most weekends now I do tomorrow.
Yeah. If you don't have to work tomorrow, it's a good laugh, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm seeing so many comments here coming in praising the streams. Mr. K says it also gets emotional on the streams. It's good therapy. Everybody check it out. Everyone do check it out. I'll be there tonight in the live chat.
It gets heated. I remember, what was it? Jason and we got pretty heated. It's fun.
You and Brandon's battles have been legendary. I need to put that one up. I haven't done that. I need to put that up. Yeah. It'll get a good view because it's you and Brandon, which I haven't seen him around since Jose got sacked.
Yeah. He's kind of a Jose fan.
He was a Jose fan, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a Morinista.
Jose Mourinho. I'm so glad that man is gone. I won't lie. Ooh,
Lamella.
Dude, look, get stuck into
Højbjerg.
Send him down battered and bruised.
He's going to get a little Lamella one, too. I thought Lamella's worse than Højbjerg's.
Will, have we got you to 550 yet?
Oh, no. 516.
Come on, guys. Come on. Let's show them the power of the man.
To be honest with you, a lot of the guys that I see in the chat, at least in the chat, I know there's a lot of people that aren't in the chat that are watching the stream as well, but a lot of the people on the chat they're already a member from it. So
yeah, that's true. There's a lot of kind words coming in there. I think everyone here watches you already. So
in the chat, there are a few names I haven't seen. We're Sly. I'm calling people out now. It's I'm a Lance.
Your name and the shaman. If you said your name, you have to go over and subscribe. It's how it works, lads. I'm sorry.
Thuik Ippel,
Matt Hayes, Tottenham Blog.
Darren Hodkinson.
Everyone's going to get over there. Brian C said, would highly recommend Will's channel. Can always watch back the next day, although many times I stayed up and couldn't function at work the next day.
Yeah.
If someone's given up their working abilities, I think it means it's a good
Big
channel.
up Brian C, legend.
And it's just kind of a different format that a lot of the different shows are on. I bring in a bunch of people. It can get into a big kind of dumpster fire at times because there can be 10 people yelling at each other all at once. I think that's the flavor that show is, right? Because there's really no main topic. Like we'll have main points that we'll talk about, but the breadth of the show is really just it's like this big giant, conversation of mates and funny memes and stuff like that. So
we usually start out talking about one topic, but then it just kind of gets a free for all after that. It just like as deeper as it goes, it's just a free for all, and you don't know where it's gonna lead to. I love it. I love the concept.
Yeah, and it goes a minimum of 3 hours, so people can come on and leave. Come on and watch it, and then bounce off for as long, whenever they like. People are coming in and out all the time. That's kind of cool. You get different people coming on over the 3 hours, and it can go as long as 6. Like our longest stream was 6 hours. David was on there for that one.
Yeah, I remember David and I.
I had a whale every time.
I was surprised you were on. As soon as I saw you get on, I was like, "Oh, I gotta get on now."
No, I think you were already on. And then I had to come in and back you up, man.
And then I left. Yeah, but then I left, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta get back on.
Yeah.
I can't leave David."
Yeah. And then I was on last night as well. It was good crack. I was on till 5:30 in the morning, and then went to bed.
Yeah, Eric Lamella promoted Dave's channel. It was great. Eric Lamella was on the show last night. He came on and promoted David and David's channel.
Does Eric Lamella ever promote Matt's channel?
Yeah.
Or can he now? I want to hear this.
His voice can. Yeah. So.
Everybody, if you haven't subscribed to Matt's channel, make sure you go ahead and do that. He's got the best channel on, especially for watch-alongs. There's not a better watch-along out there. So if you're a fan of me, Eric Lamella, make sure you go and subscribe to Matt's channel.
I love it. Thanks.
On my channel, I have overlays where they actually will pop up on the screen, and and they'll promote the channels.
Value.
Pretty funny. Daniel Levy comes in, he haunts people and then he laughs. His evil, wicked laugh. He dresses up as Dr. Evil sometimes. It's good fun.
Seems different. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, it's kind of just it's just a fun chat. But there's a lot of serious conversation. Sometimes it can get real deep and dirty, and then other times I try to lighten it up after a while though. It can get heated. Come on, boys, keep the clean sheet. Keep the clean sheet. Daddy needs a green arrow.
Come on. Imagine a clean sheet.
It's been a while since we had one.
Skippy has subscribed to Will Stewart's THFC rants. Skippy, you're a legend.
Awesome, dude. You're awesome, Skippy.
Oh my God.
Oh, what is he doing?
Oh, that was so close.
Dyer almost walking the ball into the net for Sheffield United.
Let's go. Let's get fifth. Let's put them to the bed.
I wonder, does he really must just.
Oh my God, Lamel passed his son.
Oh wow.
Willis, he doesn't know what to feel.
It's almost like sometimes Dyer is like dream walking at times when he plays football.
Yeah. Wayne Winter with another £2 says Will's Wacky World of Wonder. I think you got a new show name there, Will. Thank you again for the super chat, Wayne. You're a hero.
Yeah. And we have a bunch of different shows on the channel. We have the Bald and Bearded Tottenham Boys. It's me and Cody Mack, and it's around 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. So it's like 4:30 or 5:30, 6 o'clock UK time. And
here we go.
Go on,
Regulon.
Oh, do you know how many points I would have gotten if he would have scored that?
That was his moment to score.
That's such a bad finish as well. It's not even close. Why is he going near post?
Oh, he should have just went across the keeper, bottom corner.
He had a pretty good angle.
Easy
He's
drill in that
so
far corner.
upset. Oh, he's so upset. Poor Reguilon.
Martin says, now subscribe to 3 Spurs channels. I'm done. Shin. I think Martin's gone over to us as well. Shin.
I want to ask Martin, what do you think about the protest? Because he is a United fan. What did you think of all that?
I'll be back in 2 seconds, lads. But I'll just put up here. The full-time whistle has gone. Spurs are officially the best team in England as they beat Sheffield United by 4-0. Premier League crown incoming. It's as simple as that. Mason is the best manager in the world. Maintains his 100% record in Premier League football. Pep Guardiola is quaking.
Yeah, undefeated, undisputed in Premier League. Ryan Mason. Crazy.
Yeah, I got to figure out what.
No, look, it was a good win. It was nice to see us put some goals beyond them, you know.
Yeah, it was good for the clean sheet too. I would have been nice if those goals would have come from Kane and Son. Those are the guys I have on my team right now. I did get an assist out of Son and a clean sheet from Son, so that's a bonus point.
Yeah.
And then Reguilon 2 with the clean sheet. That's 6 points. It'd have been nice if Reguilon had those assists instead of Aurier. But yeah, I picked the wrong fullback and the wrong midfielder today, to be honest with you.
No, but look,
go ahead, David.
We got the clean sheet, lads. You know, it's a good sign for the next 4 games to come. We put 4 goals by them as well. So hopefully now we can get on a nice little run, win the next 4 games, and who knows where it can take us. Could take us to the promised land.
Well, I guess Son did get an assist and a goal, so that should be a decent chunk of points.
Yeah, and you know what? I actually predicted Son to get an assist and a goal today before the game.
I captained Kane though. So.
Dark Sungji, 21. Bale taking home the match ball. Yeah, 100%, and he deserves it. 3 classy finishes, weren't they? With?
Yeah.
No, wait. Did they outright cancel the game?
No, they postponed it. The game.
But I mean, they moved it out of the game week. It's not like they're playing it tomorrow or inside this game week.
Don't know when, to be honest with you.
Because on fantasy football, they have all the Manchester United and Liverpool players as zeros, which means that they've completely moved it outside the game week. That could help me big time. I don't know. I don't think a lot of people did triple Spurs this week. I think a lot of people had.
To be honest with you, that fantasy league, I signed up for it and all. It's too much work for me.
It's fun though, dude. It's fun.
Yeah, I know. I'd say it is, but for me, I couldn't be arsed getting out of bed every Saturday, Sunday morning and doing it. I'd rather be down in the bookies putting on an accumulator.
Well, I figured that I'm watching a lot of those matches anyway.
Yeah.
And so, I just kind of do the eye test and watch the matches with the guy, especially because here it's too much to watch every single match. So if I have, different players on different teams, then I can at least narrow it down to 3 or 4. And it's just a good time.
I get bored from it. At first, I was like into it, but then I don't know. Fantasy has never been really my thing. Although, football and a lot of other sports, fantasy is very big. And even now in Europe, I think it's fun. I think it's got its value though.
Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely does. Just my personal thing. I just don't have time for it.
Honestly, it's the only thing I actually kind of enjoy about the NFL is hearing people talk about fantasy. It's actually one of my favorite parts.
I never played fantasy sports for American stuff.
Have you not?
No, only done it for. I'm not really. I don't really watch American sports except for in the postseason, and it's usually just like my home, and that's only if it's my hometown club that's in it.
That's usually that's usually how it is here in New England. Like. Most people just only pay attention if the Patriots really go through. And then if they don't, they kind of just lose interest.
Yeah. But guys, right, question for the panel here. So Chelsea have 2 tough games left. Leicester have a couple of tough games left.
Don't do it, David.
Can we sneak top 4?
No.
4-0 win, top 4 is in sight. Can we do it? Come on.
No.
No, we can't.
No.
We can't. Let's be honest. Do you think we can?
I think we can definitely take it down to the last game against Leicester. They have a couple of tough fixtures left, and if they don't get any wins and we win our games, we can definitely take it to the last game against Leicester.
That's true.
And I
But I do
already
gotta
called
go,
that,
lads.
right?
I do gotta go. I just want to hop in for the second half. I gotta do some other
Brilliant,
stuff.
Marcelo. It's good to
But
see you, man. Good to see you with a
much
smile on your
love.
face, too.
Come on, you Spurs. Nice win. Bale hat trick. Let's go.
Yeah. And I missed my score prediction by 1 goal. Too bad. I missed
mine was
the-
right.
too.
Oh, I just realized it's a 4-0. Look, we'll still get a few more songs out of you. But look, Marcelo's gone, but let's replace him with someone even more knowledgeable about football. Let's bring in Fen. If his camera loads. There he is. Fen, how are you?
I thought you were going to say Bob's for a second. I was like, damn, Matt, you're you're off the mark. Just teasing Bobby.
We've got Shane O'Neill here with the €2 super chat. Says this is the most infuriating squad imaginable. It really is, because they can do this one day and we'll probably lose to whoever we're playing next week. But thank you, Shane, for the super chat, and Skippy coming in with the 79p as well. Skippy, thank you very, very much. Two of you absolute heroes. Everyone else, get those super chats in if you want your comments read out and your questions answered. But Fen, 4-0, Bale hat-trick, Sonny back on the score sheet. It's a good day, isn't it?
It is a good day. It is a good day. Now, I think that was quite an interesting game, actually, in my opinion. I think it was a pretty average Spurs that came out and played that game, but it turned out being 4-0, which is not normally how Spurs like to play. But I mean, I'm very much taking it. But I'm starting to feel bad for these Sheffield United players. But that's besides the point. We battered them, and we deserve to batter them. They're really poor. They're a really poor side, and we deserve to win that game. But one question: what was going on with Harry Kane today?
Do you know what? I've tried to ignore it because it's just worrying me, but he was all over the place.
You know the one where he went one-on-one? What was it, like the last 10 minutes, and he completely flashed it wide? And that was offside. Completely flashed it wide. I thought that was a bit unlike Harry Kane, really. But
even in the first half, even though he was offside again,
exactly.
Usually he'd put that away. Is he looking a bit disinterested? Look, only I know. No, he's not. He's committed. He's just had a bad game. That's all it is, lad. My boy Harry Kane.
He's got a new haircut. Did you rate the haircut?
I actually thought he looked crisp, to be honest with you, lad. It was a good haircut, plenty of volume in it. Brought out the colour in his eyes, and he had a nice beard trim as well. What more do you want? He looks perfect. But next week is when he'll deliver. Trust me. He's just a bit down after the cup final, but he'll be back next week.
Give it a week for the haircut to settle in.
That's what you need. We got Dark Sung G here with another 5,000 South Korean won. You pay my paycheck this week. Says it's also up to West Ham losing or drawing to Burnley. If they play like they played against Wolves, hopefully they at least draw against Burnley. Leeds next. Look, everyone has a tough running. They like Chelsea, Leicester, West Ham. They all do as well. I think for me the most upsetting thing is that we're talking about West Ham in that forward, because look, the last thing I want is for them to get into the Champions League. But Fen, what do you think? Do you think we're getting top 4? No pressure.
You know what? It's a big ask, but I trust. I don't trust Ryan Mason, but yeah, I believe. And I'm an optimistic Spurs fan. Well, most of the time. So yeah, I believe we can do it. But I think with the run-ins, that very much does give us that edge. I think what we got? We got Leeds. Is it next week? Is it next week? Leeds, I think.
Leeds away, I think. Yeah.
That'll be a tough game in my opinion. I think that's a difficult game. And then I think we got is it Burnley in there? We got Burnley.
Are Leeds not off the back of a 2-0 loss to Brighton?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
they were very lacklustre in that game too.
They were poor. But then obviously I think the biggest game of the season is going to be that Leicester one. I don't want it to be the decider because we know how we cope with pressure, and I just don't think we're very good with the pressure. But we have to wait and see.
Let me take that away from front to you. First of all, there we go. These are our remaining fixtures. We're away to Leeds next Saturday. Following that, on the 16th of May, we host Wolves. Then that midweek, we're at home to Villa, and we finish the season at the King Power Stadium. Before we get to that, Brad here to Super Chat, and I apologise, Fen, for covering your face, but Brad says, can someone tell me Bale's goals and assists in limited starts this season? Pretty impressive, I would say. It is, first of all, Brad, thank you very much for the £5. Thank you very much for the Super Chat. I really do Appreciate every one of those. And I know Gareth Bale before today had a goal contribution every 98 minutes, which is an incredible return. It's better than Lamela, Lo Celso, Bergwijn, Lucas as well. So look, that's only improved today. At the end of the day, he's had a pretty decent season when he's been on the pitch. It's just about getting on the pitch, I think, has been the problem
he's
there.
sitting at 11 goal returns and 16 appearances.
That's solid.
Yeah.
That's solid for a fringe
almost
player.
one per appearance.
And we're talking about another fringe player. We're talking about Bergwijn. And what was his record? I think it was 18 games, no goals. I think that's what it was, something like that. But I think it's now 19 games, no goals. And we're looking at two different caliber of players. Yet they both don't start regularly for Spurs. And I think Bale deserves that start.
And that's in the league, by the way. That's not all appearances, but in the league,
and the Europa League.
9 goals, 16. 9 goals, 2 assists, and 16 appearances.
I'll take that. We got a few super chats here to get through. Wayne Winter says fourth is on, and so is a booze cruise next season. Wayne, I hope you enjoy it. You definitely deserve it. And thanks again for the £2. Dark Sung G with another 5,000 South Korean won says the thing I love is that Leicester is facing Chelsea. Hopefully that match ruins one of those two clubs' chances for top 4. And look, for me, those are the two that we need to beat. Those are the two that look, mathematically are in pole position for those last 2 places in the top 4. But that could be a very interesting game, as would our game against Leicester on the last day of the season. And Dan N said Bale with best goal contributions per 90 in the Prem. Dan, thank you very much for that $2. Really appreciate it. To all of you as well, Dark Sung G and Wayne, for those super chats.
Legends.
And for me on the top 4, so our run in, the teams that we're playing now, yes, they're better than Sheffield United. But they're teams that Bale can play against, right? We're not playing any top 6 sides, with the exception of Leicester the last day of the season. If we can continue to keep this form, it's very feasible for us to win out, or at least go into the last game against Leicester with it being, that game deciding it. And I do believe that I called that a couple months ago, saying that we were going to go into the last game of the season being 2 points ahead of Leicester and needing a win or a draw to make top 4.
Well, look, I'm glad you're turning out to probably be right, because I would have bitten your hand off for that at the time. But can you make some more predictions, like Spurs winning the league next season, just so we can?
No, but the prediction was that we're going to bottle it.
Oh, you have to lead with that one. Come on.
So we're going to go into the last match being up 2 points. So we'll be ahead of them by 2 points, and all we'll need is a win or a draw in order to get top 4, and we'll end up losing like 3-2.
Can it at least be down to a dodgy Spurs or dodgy VAR decision, please? Just so we have someone to blame and someone to be angry at.
I guess. A Vardy penalty in the last 89 because of Aurier sticking his feet in on a tackle in the box.
That'll be the final straw for me, honestly. That was the final straw. Especially Jamie Vardy scoring it. We got Wayne Minter here with the £2 super chat again. Says Harris Army on tour. Look out, Spain, we're coming. David, I think Wayne's booked a holiday for you. I'm sure a fantastic time would be.
No, look, if Wayne wants to go on holiday with me to Spain, not a bother. I'll go with Wayne. No, not a problem, my man. But big up, Wayne. You're a legend.
You are a legend.
I've missed you, Wayne. I've missed you.
Yeah, look, very good to see you back in here, Wayne. I'm glad to hear you're doing better now. But look, guys, I think one thing we do have to talk about is Dele Alli's performance today. And Finn, we'll come to you on this one first. It was nothing special. It's not the first time he's been given an opportunity this season, and he hasn't done much to show that maybe he appreciates it. And he definitely hasn't taken the opportunity. What did you make of him today?
You know what? I don't think it was half bad, I'll be honest. I think the desire was the most important thing, in my opinion. The fact that he was willing to run off the ball and run for the team was more important, in my opinion. But I think that showed more to me than the other games that he's had this season, because of that desire and the work rate and the pressure that he applied today. And he looked much more engaged on the pitch. It looked like he wanted to be there, which was more important. I think even if Dele Alli is playing at that 50%, I think that's good. But obviously, I think Lucas Moura, when he's playing at 100%, is much better than Dele at 50. But what I'm trying to say is that if we can get Dele back to match fitness, back playing every single week, then that's amazing. And then that's the best case scenario, really.
Yeah. What do you think of that, David? Will?
I agree. I do. I think it would be tough to start off. I don't have a whole lot to say about it, but I don't see why not.
Yeah, I'll go along the lines with that too, lads, to be honest with you. Not more I can really add to it, that. So.
Wayne here saying, no problems, David. I'll book it, lad. Good to see some happy faces. It's been a long time. And it has been a long time. It's been such a long time since we've been able to sit here and enjoy a game and actually not shout at each other in the post-match because we all disagree over who was the worst player on the pitch.
Yeah.
Look, I suppose let's change it up. Let's talk about who's the best player on the pitch. Will, man of the match, who would you go for?
I mean, you got to give it to Gareth Bale, right? A hat trick. You can't score a hat trick and not get the man of the match. It was good to see Sonny actually participating again today. I thought his second half performance was really good. Maybe a little bit absent in the first half, but the second half performance was really good. Højbjerg in the first half was good. So for me, those three were really the ones that I thought stood out the most from a positive standpoint. I thought Bale was missing the first half. So, it's, other than the goal there at the end of the first half, but it was good to see at least, three players that we should be able to rely on doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, fully agree with you. David, man of the match?
Yeah, look, for me, although I thought he actually had an average first half, I know he scored, but I still thought he was disappointing. But, credit to the guy, 3 chances, 3 goals. So what more can you do? You have to give man the match to Gareth Bale. And he looks threatening again. He was playing with a smile on his face, so it has to be positive for us going forward. Like Will, I do want to give Son a special mention. He's kind of been off form of sorts of late, but he put in a good performance there in the second half today. He got his goal as well, goal and assist, so big up Sonny. I did get my Harry Kane hair prediction wrong, but I did get my Son hair prediction right.
Exactly.
But no, big up Son, but I'd have to give it to Gareth Bale. Look, when you score a hat-trick, you don't get man of the match. Like, well, you know what I mean? That's you can't do it. We have to give it to him.
And what about Aurier? Does he deserve to be in the conversation today, having the 2 assists? And I can't remember any mistakes.
Yeah, he probably does. But honestly, I hate the guy. He's just let me down way too many times. Two assists against a relegated team. I'm not going to sit here and whoopie-doo and whippy-da over it. At the end of the day, I still can't get over what he done against City, and I've seen that too many times on the big stages. It's all well and good doing it when a team's relegated. There's no pressure. It's the big games that count, and for me, I just hate the guy, so I don't want to give him any credit. But in fairness, he had a decent game, but I can't do it.
Look,
I can't be more honest than that, Will.
Admire the honesty. Before we come to Fenn for his man of the match, we have a few super chats here. Awesome All with the $5 says, overall players' performance is not that good, but will reserve my thoughts until a stronger opponent like Leicester City. Yes, there's a few individuals spot on. Awesome. Look, it's true. Like, it's all well and good sitting here and having a laugh and enjoying the day when we're beating Sheffield United, but they've scored 18 goals all season. They're the second worst team statistically in Premier League history. We can't afford to get caught up in it too much. I think that has been the problem we as Spurs fans have had this season, where we go and we beat Burnley 1-0 at Turf Moor, and I think we're going to win the league. But look, what are we without hope? Also, thank you very much for the super chat.
He's right, though. He's spot on with that comment, because it was like what I was saying when we went bet Southampton. You know what I mean? It's hard to get too hyped and too pumped up over it, because again, Southampton on a dismal run of form, and like at the end of the day, Danny Ings coming off changed the game. This is a relegation team today. But one thing I will say to Awesome though is I know it's only Sheffield United, but I don't care. I'm going to enjoy it for the day. I've had too much negative this season. I'm going to take what positives I can out of it today, and I am going to enjoy it. Fair super chat. That was a great super chat by Awesome.
It was.
I don't know how much more I could have taken if we ended up losing today. I don't know how much more I could have taken. Yeah. I mean, it would have put me into such a anger phase that it would have been absolutely insane. But yeah, and that too. But one thing is, if you really want to trigger me, people in the comments, if you want to be able to, troll me and do whatever, start talking about like Ryan Mason masterclass or something like that, and I'll absolutely lose my.
Undefeated in the Premier League, Will.
I don't want to hear stuff like that.
Well, look at this chat here by Matt Hayes Tottenham Blog, says Ryan Mason.
I'm serious. I mean, come on now. We're talking Southampton and a Southampton with injuries and a Sheffield United that's in 20th, already relegated. They have like 7 points, and half their team was injured.
Jump on the hype train, Will. Come on, we're missing you. You got to get on here.
No.
Another super chat here by Dark Sung Ji, another 5,000 South Korean won. Honestly, you're an absolute hero, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. Says, I think if Jose was here, it would be 1-0, 1-1, or 2-1, 2-2. It's a long time since I've seen an attacking Spurs against a bottom side team. Not sure what you're trying to say there at the end, but yeah, I think with Jose, it's a very different game. We get a 1-0 lead, we sit back, and then Didsy McGoldrick scores in the last minute, and all of a sudden we're sitting here screaming at each other. Look, Finn, what comes to you quickly on your man of the match? Is it Bale?
Yeah, I think it's got to be Bale for me. But I think the point that I want to highlight is that although he might not have had a great first half, being that clinical and that aware that just puts him a level above other players in the club. And I think that's why he was so good today. Right, Mason, masterclass? I think it was a masterclass.
He's the best manager in
everybody.
the
league.
To be fair though, Will, if we criticise Jose for some of the players he picked, we do have to praise Ryan Mason for some of the players he's picked here today.
He did bring Winks on though.
I mean, who did he pick?
That's true.
The players he picked, that with the exception of Bale, but I think if you looked at when Jose played Bale, it was against teams like Sheffield United, right? Burnley, Brighton, right? So I mean, you can't say that Jose wasn't going to play Bale in a match like today. Yeah, 3. I'm
disappointed. I thought I would have got more of a reaction out of you, Will. I'm only messing. I don't.
No, but I mean, you got Dele Alli starting today in the number 10 when Lucas is sitting on the bench after the performance that he put in the final, after the performance that he's put in all season. I mean, look, bringing in where is Ndombele? Are we shipping him back, or is he for sale? Are we selling him out this summer? Is he out of the club? I mean, are we literally saying Winks is better than Ndombele right now? Are people saying that? I mean, come on now. Even Lo Celso was poor.
Lo Celso was really poor. I think Lo Celso was really poor today. But would we have seen any better from Ndombele?
I think we would have against Sheffield United, dude. The magic that guy has. Think about it. If you're playing against a team that's not hitting you in a high press, we're kind of picking people up at the halfway line. That's the time of team that Ndombele just twists and turns and rips apart. So they had space to dribble. If Dele Alli had enough space like that to move around, Ndombele would have been rainbow flicking it over people's heads and stuff like that. So.
And he did score that class goal in the reverse fixture. It was at 3-1.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
Anyway, guys, look, I think we're going to wrap it up very, very shortly. But first of all, I want to come to ECG and get your final thoughts on this and the remainder of the season. We start with you, Finn. How do you think the season's going to play out from here?
I think it's going to be interesting. I'm going to be realistic. I think top 4 is going to be very difficult. And as I've said, I think with the running of games, it does give us that chance. But we have to go out there and perform, take week by week. If other teams start dropping points around us, then you can never rule us out. But I think more interesting is on the manager situation. I think over the next couple of weeks specifically, we'll find out what Levy's got in mind and what he's really going to do. But I think if Fulham do end up going down, which they look like they might, then I don't know how long what's his face Parker's going to be staying around. So we'll have to wait on him. But yeah, I think we're going to get. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say 5th place this season. I think we're going to miss out just. But I'm optimistic, and I hope we can make that push for top 4.
I love it, David. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, look, I think if we're going to get top 4, I think we're going to sneak in. I just thought the basis of my belief is we do have 3 winnable games next. Leicester have a couple of difficult games. Leicester usually phase out towards the end of the season. Well, a Brendan Rodgers team usually phases out towards the end of the season, so I'm hoping they're a bit gassed out. And on that basis, if we just keep picking up the wins, we could take the last game against Leicester, and we can do them. And the reason why I say that is because that shit season we've had, there has to be light at the end of the tunnel. And if these players want to prove that sacking Jose was the right decision, they also have to go and perform and try and get top 4. The likes of Harry Kane, Son, them players, they don't want to be playing Europa League again next year. So the carrot is there, and it just depends on how hungry they are. And I think they're going to do it. So top 4 for me.
Who do we have left? We have Leicester, Villa, or Leeds, Villa, Leeds, Wolves, and Villa. I got you. No, I'm just looking at the table now. We're sitting at 56 points. We're going to have to win all 3 of those, and they're going to have to lose 2. to make it, close for that last day of the
I
week.
think Leicester have Chelsea left to play, and I think they also have. There's another top team in there they still have to play.
Arsenal, I think. I don't know if they're necessarily a top team.
They're not.
I think they might actually
not.
still have City to play. It's either them or Chelsea. They still have City to play.
Yeah, we're closer to Chelsea. Chelsea's only at 61, sitting at 61 right now, and we have, luckily, Manchester United. I'm not worried about because they're too far out of reach for us to really catch. I think even mathematically, I don't think we could catch them. And then,
sorry to butt in, but have you guys had a look at West Ham's fixtures? Are they any good?
I think Dax and G was telling us they do have some tricky ones.
Liverpool has an easy run in, but they're sitting 2 points behind us with a game in hand now.
Oh, do you know what? West Ham's might be kind of easy.
Yeah, West Ham's is quite easy to be fair. Well, would you say easy?
They got Burnley away, Everton home, Brighton away, West Brom away, Southampton at home. It depends on what West Ham show up.
Yeah,
they won't make it. I'm telling you, West Ham won't make it. Chelsea have Leicester, or Leicester have Chelsea, United, and Newcastle, and then those left.
So that's 2 losses. That's what we need him to do. We need him to drop. We need him to drop 6 points, and then we have a shot.
We're 7 behind Leicester.
Yeah.
But if they lose 2 and we take the last game of the season and beat them, we go above them.
Yep.
Yeah.
If we match them, if
Chelsea and United, I expect Chelsea and United to beat Leicester.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then Chelsea all of a sudden. So I suppose
Leicester. Or they don't even have to beat it. I mean, it would even help us if Chelsea and Leicester drew. That would be even better for us, to be honest with you.
Only need to catch one of them, really.
Yeah.
There's a few super chats I want to get through here quickly. Wayne Winter says, last game and nick it by a point. Do you know what? The ecstasy and the sheer joy if we nick top 4 last game of the season after the year that we've had is going to be absolutely incredible.
Oh, stop.
Darksung G again with another 5,000 South Korean won says, I mean, Leicester barely drew against a 10-men Southampton team, so I think top 4 is possible. Chelsea will drop points against City next. I hope they do. I think City will be out for some revenge for that FA Cup semi-final. Yeah. And look, they could be meeting each other in the Champions League final yet. We'll have to wait and see. But look, guys, I think we're going to leave it there. To everyone with the super chats, Wayne Winter, Darksung G with another one here.
One more in there, Matty.
Another 5,000 says, like I said, if Newcastle draw or lose against Leicester, they will be in huge trouble. They definitely will. But look, Darksung G, you're an absolute legend, and I genuinely do mean that. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you to Wayne Winter and to everyone else who was thrown in those super chats, to Will, to David, to Fen, to Marcelo, to Bobby, to all of our members that popped on before the game. Thank you very much for your input, for your support. Everyone who's liked, subscribed, anyone who's in any way involved with the stream, thank you so much for all your support in the channel. And like I said, I'm going to spam the link to David's stream from yesterday in the live chat there. I implore you to go and check that out. It's 215 people still watching, so I think at least 100 of you can go over and check that out. But make sure to go over.
And subscribe
while you're there. And while you're on YouTube, check out Will Stewart THFC rants. Check out Fenn's channel, Everything Football, and check out David at the Irish Hotspur as well. Incredible content that will keep you going through if you're still in a lockdown or whatever. You definitely need it. But guys, thank you so much for on this day, everyone, for watching. I should have checked the numbers in it quickly before we go. There's been over 13,000 people tuning in over the last 3 and a bit hours. So thank you very much to all of you, and hopefully we'll be back for watch along next week, and we'll talk to you then.
Come on, these folks.